Hello, everybody. Guys, it has been a little bit of a while, huh? Little bit of a while between the last stream and this stream. When was our last stream? Was it Sunday? Was our last stream all the way like last Sunday? It was on the 25th, 5 days ago. And today is what, Friday? Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh my golly goodness, it's been so long. But hello, it's so good to see everyone. How are we doing? Who we got up in here? Hello, Celerity, Yan, Jade, Bamboozle, Levi. Bam says, I'm missing T stream for this, Devin. I hope you're happy. I'm so sorry, Bam. I'm so sorry. Look, I've been working my ass off, alright? We've been getting at it. Like, every day, Monday through Friday, I work, like, what, 9 till about, like, 7-ish? You know, on that 9 to 7 schedule. And then we also work a little bit on Saturdays, but it's not as long. So we will be able to stream then. But, been a little busy. Let's see. Hello, Jeff. Aubrey, Don Quixote, Yash, William. Oh no, he's on the same level as me. Why is that a bad thing? Are you saying that I'm so terrible at the game that you're ashamed to be on the same level? Makes me feel kind of bad. Doesn't make me feel very good, but it's okay. Hello, my Waterburn and Aaron. Guys. A second plane has hit the TikTok. It's gone. They stole the TikTok. It was so bad. I woke up this morning to my phone, had a ton of text messages, and I had all these emails saying, hey, we've changed. It went like this. First one was, hey, we changed, we got an email that somebody has logged in from a new location, or we got like a notification somebody logged in from a new location. Then it was like, a new 2-factor authentication has been put onto this account. Then it was like, your email has been removed from this account. And then I got all these text messages being like, here's your different verification codes. How does it happen? How do they even do this? Hello, insects. Guys, how do they steal the TikTok? How do they steal it? Because I had the 2-factor authentication. I had it hooked up to my phone and in an email, and neither of those were compromised. Like, there were no logins. I mean, obviously, I'm the only one with my phone. So unless they have, like, a keylogger on my Apple iPhone device, which I don't know. It seems pretty difficult to have a keylogger on your Apple iPhone. Or they compromised my email, but they didn't because I checked all previous logins, and they were all me. I guess your password. Even if you were to guess the password, it wouldn't be enough to have the 2-factor authentication. Like, my phone was getting sent those codes that you're supposed to put in if you log in from a weird location. Because it was from, obviously, I think they were Chinese. Because, here, let me pull up the emails for y'all. Let me show y'all the receipts. Let me pull up the receipts for y'all. The device name that they logged in from was like Jiong Lao. I don't know if that's like a type of iPhone device they have in China. It was something like that. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, this is one of the emails I got. I gotta make sure I'm not leaking any personal information here. No, it's just their information. We're good. So, I got this at, let's see, when did this come in? It looks like 11/11. But that's CEST. So obviously this is not like, well, I mean, that CEST, is that, well, I don't know what time that is. For me, it was like 4 in the morning. Device, Xiaomi 12 in Stockholm. I don't know if any Swedes are using the Xiaomi 12. I highly doubt it though. Because then also before that, wait, don't look at that. Don't look at that. We gotta change that. Probably just leaked all of the codes that were on there, but I think that they're all the verification codes are done. They're all gone. Maybe that's how they got in. Did I ever show my email on stream? No way. That would be insane. That would be crazy. Yeah, and then look at this. Then we got another email
saying, we're writing to inform you that the two-step verification associated with the account Devon blocks has been updated to the password on this account. Now, I don't even know what that means. I have no idea can anybody decipher what this sentence even means? It has been updated to the password on this account. Huh? Huh? What does it mean? I have no idea. And this was on the iPhone 16e in California. So either this was a joint effort multi-attack, or this guy was in Sweden on the Xiaomi 12, took his private jet to California, because I don't think there was that much time in between this notification and the other one. So he must have gotten there real quick. What's the plane that Trump flies in? What's the plane that the president gets? Maybe it was Donnie. Maybe Donnie T hacked my TikTok account. I'm not completely sure. Or the third and most likely option of how this happened was it was some Chinese dude that had a VPN. Which, looking back on it, probably the case, right? Maybe when you were trying to show us your subscriber number thing? No, it was reflected in your eyes? That would be insane. You think they zoomed in on my beautiful iridescent eyeballs? The refractory from my eyeballs compromised my own account? There's no way. I don't believe it. It was some Chinese dude with the damn VPN. But it still doesn't make any sense how he got into the account. So, I'm in the process of recovering that. If you get any messages on TikTok from me asking you to buy me some Robux, probably not me. Although, I still want to reserve the option to ask you guys for that in the future. So just disregard any messages like that for the next 1 to 2 months. After that, then take them seriously, okay? All right, we got that clear. But he was outside your house. Maybe he broke in through the window when I was sleeping. Which I guess that's probably best case scenario then. Some guy breaks into the house, comes through the window, could have stolen anything. All he did was log onto the computer, get on my TikTok account, and then just remove all my ability to log into it, but did nothing else. Because the TikTok's still up. I don't know when this could have, like why they did it. I don't know why you would hack the TikTok. I don't follow anybody on the TikTok account other than nothing, because she's been posting Funger content, and she won't stop pestering me about following her back on TikTok, so I finally did it. But yeah, so I don't even think they can message anybody. But yeah, just thought I'd throw that out there. Hello, Daniel. But okay, yeah, you guys are probably here for the Limbus company stuff. So we can do that if you guys would like, but we do have our word of the day. We're not done with that. Actually, we'll never be done with that. Ladies and gentlemen, your word of the day today. Wow, this is a bad one. I mean, I guess it's pretty easy. I didn't have any takers on the last stream. Nobody even attempted to make a sentence out of... What the hell was even the last word of the day? I don't remember. But, this one's pretty easy. Somebody can claim the gust, alright? Gust is a noun, refers to a sudden strong wind. It's also used figuratively for a sudden outburst of something, such as a feeling. Today's weather will be windy, with gusts of up to 40 miles per hour. For example. So, yeah, get out there, start constructing sentences with gusts in them. I believe in you guys. Without further ado, let's get into the limbo pumping. Let us get it on. Download. Go ahead. Go ahead. I don't even know if I told you guys this, but back whenever I'd first download the game, I did read through all these to get a bit more info on the backstories. This is actually pretty good informational content. So if you guys are ever updating your game or downloading Limbus for the first time, definitely recommend reading through all the little tooltips on screen. It's pretty good. Fast download. Yeah, you know, we got the streamer net. We got that streamer internet. Mr. Mr. Musk hooked me up with the new Starlink directly to my house. It's like a laser beam that goes directly into my roof, and I have a giant lightning pole that absorbs the energy and then it directs it into the computer. Oh wait, that was my own Discord sound. How am I getting notifications in the Discord? Who's adding me in Discord? Do not at me during the stream, Yash. In loving memory of Devin Blocks' TikTok. Beaner LMAO. Can you even say that, girl? My brother in Christ, that is a slur. R.I.P. R.I.P. the Devin Blocks TikTok. I hope that it will forever rest in peace until we can get it back. Well, we will get it back. I'm in the process. I don't know. Hopefully, if not, I'll just re-upload everything on a second TikTok. But all right. What we got going on here? We got compensation. Regular maintenance. Thank you. Red Sheet Sinclair adjustment compensation. +1. Oh. What is that? What is this? What is this little item right here? It's a free 3-star Deca extraction ticket? Compensation for the nerfs? For an ID that I didn't even have? Don't mind if I do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, guys, look at how much lunacy we have. We are rolling in the lunacy. All right. Hello, Yash. Thank you for being a member for 5 months, Yash. Hair coupons. Those damn hair coupons may Malfow save us all. Save ticket, by the way, it works on all purpose. It does? I thought that... Is this one different than the one that we used before? Because wasn't the last Deca extraction ticket we got, couldn't you only use that for like... It was like a special pull, right? I can use this anywhere? It's not like its own little area? Let me see. Extract. Yeah, identity assured extraction. I think we should just use it now. Apparently, those tickets can pull while Purgus IDs when the event's going on. Man, we've got more than enough lunacy. We've been saving it up. I'm sure we can afford to use the Deca extraction ticket right now. Or I mean, I guess. Maybe I should save it because a guaranteed 3-star would be really nice to pull from Walpurgis, but I don't mind instead substituting a 10 pull, just a normal 10 pull with lunacy, right? We'll save that for the next stream anyways. And we just got Malfaust, y'all. Let's appreciate our Malbranch Adept Faust, since we've literally only gotten a user for like 1 stream. Okay? We gamble at end of stream. It's the only way to keep good retention. All right. If I didn't do pulls at the end of the stream, nobody will be watching this. But we will be doing a 10 pull at the end of the stream today because we got the Deca extraction. Okay. But I want to enjoy my Malfaust while I got it, right? But all right, here. Let me. I think we got a little bit of story content. Hey, thank you, Daniel. Welcome to the Bloxian Empire, my friend. We have a new squire on board. You shall start your training soon. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for becoming a member. What was I saying? Oh, we'll convert 1 module. I need. This is what I was supposed to be doing. I'm making the habit now of off stream. I'm going to start like just keep making modules all the time. Like I'll log on throughout the day and just keep building up modules so that whenever we do stream, we have like a gazillion of them built up. All right, I think that'd be a good idea. But yeah, I made 1 right now because we have a little bit of these story levels that don't actually cost anything. So you know we'll be building it up in the meantime. But okay, let's play the video game. You guys know the Limbus video game? I think Ishmael's still a little angry. She's like being all sassy right now. She's like, I'm gonna do my own thing. She's like if Miles Morales from Spider-Man, what movie was that? Into the Spider-Verse. But instead, he was a white ginger woman that likes to hunt wings. I think that's kind of what's going on right now. Also, we met Pilot, who, he's a little baby boy, you know, almost got murdered. But he was willing to give his life for the cause. I appreciate that. I respect that. I mean, I think I should mention this now because Daniel just became a member. Anybody that's an official member of the Bloxian Empire, you are also all expected to die for the cause. It's in the contract. You know, it's kind of like Kamikaze Japan, but you're not like, you don't have to, you know, go all in, full commit. But like, you know, we do not deal with deserters around here. If you're going out on the job, you need to stay out there. Okay, just worth mentioning now. If you didn't read that before you signed the contract, I apologize. We do have a 10-year lifespan on each contract, so I would just say try and, you know, wait it out. All right, it's probably the best way to survive. We made our way past the mountains of shipping containers. This is an aberration right here. Mountains of shipping containers, and back to where we first docked. I saw Virgilius and Charon on a bench, watching us approach. The latter of the two was clearly suffering from Prussian boredom. Charon ate ice cream. It was cold, but disappeared fast. It did not have the putrid scent of the sea. Putrid? Charon doesn't know what that means. It's a flavor not unlike licking a fish. Blonde girl licks fish. Bunny tastes. Charon. Shudder, shudder. Something's happened. By the looks on your faces. Explain. Allow me to explain. Upon our arrival at the promised location. That is none of my concern. I only want to know what intel you have learned, and make it short. I know where the Golden Bough is. It's in a Lobotomy Corp branch in the middle of the Great Lake. Of course it's in a Lobotomy Corp branch. Did you learn anything else? We obtained its variable coordinates. I know what you're about to say. That's it? That's all you got or something? But just listen to the trouble we went through. No, that's good enough. Also, why is my Virgilius voice wrong? What happened to Virgilius' voice? No, that's good enough. Almost makes me want to applaud you all. Oh my. Virgilius, there was... I know exactly what you're about to tell me. I will deal with it. Stay out of this. You look impatient, Ishmael. I see that our earlier consultation did not ease your anxiety. Of course not. I don't even know what's happening with my new mission. We're wading blindly through a misty sea. And here we are, shoving our noses in everything, everywhere. It's driving me up the wall. Now relax. You must know no path is ever direct from the Great Lake. I did not expect this much lack of patience from someone who spent most of her life here. And I assume the mess you've left the manager's shoulder in is also a consequence of your impatience. That's... Oh, that's right. Didn't we, like, take a harpoon to the shoulder chest area, the chesticles? I think I remember that happening. Had a little bit of a, you know, near-death experience trying to save... What was her name? There was this lady. She looked kind of like Miss Fortune from League of Legends. She was a little pirate lady. Apparently her big brother was a very angry, mean individual, and if we had done anything to her, it would have been bad for us. But Dante stepped in and saved the day. Why do you fail to look further, Ishmael? By now you must have realized what awaits you at the end of this journey. That contract clause you're so impatient about is bound to make an appearance as long as you follow the manager, particularly your misadventures. Your combative attitude against the manager will only delay that inevitability. Happened 4 times. That's not a very big sample. Well, I'm good at reading how these things usually flow. I wonder, so does each sinner, does each of their contracts have like something that was promised to them whenever they join? Like, I wonder in Ishmael's contract if she's guaranteed killing the whale, but they just have to go through the whole the whole, you know, shebang where we go find the Golden Bough and all of that, and they resonate with it a little bit, and some abnormalities manifest, and we go fight some hooligans and such. You know the process. Hello, Tanny and Brian and KT. If you're so sure about it, then fine. I won't let frustration get the better of me. I won't step out of line, not any more than necessary. Ishmael, what happened, happened. You will still have to write up a form explaining your actions and the circumstances surrounding them. Gladly, as long as the guide is right. Have you brought us any ice cream by any... Bother not. I was merely curious of the famed ice cream of Marlin Port. I shall board the bus boat post haste. I appreciate the effort, Yi-san. Your appreciation is more than enough. He's not gonna answer me anyway, but what were you two up to? Dante is asking a meaningless question. Don't let them rub off on you, Dante. What, was I actually supposed to bring a tub of whale ice cream for everyone? Whale, I don't know what's with all the rage with the whale ice cream. Oop, I hit my microphone. I apologize. I don't know if I'd be a big fan of the whale ice cream. I'm not really a big ice cream guy in general, to be completely honest with you. Kind of makes my throat dry. Also, does anybody else have this? When y'all eat chocolate, do you guys ever get like you eat like a granola bar? You know, there's like the little chewy Quaker's Oats granola bars that have like the little chocolate chips in them. Hello, Alex. Do those make your mouth and your throat really dry, and they kind of like, it's a little bit of asphyxiation, but just like a tiny bit, not like an insane amount, but like just enough to where you notice it and you're like, you know, if I ate too much of this, maybe I'd go into anaphylactic shock. Or is that just a me? Because I mean, I've never gone over like 3 chewy chocolate granola bars in like an hour. Mostly because, I mean, they're good, but they're not that good. But also because they give me the itchy throat. What is anaphylactic shock? I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, any practicing physicians in the chat. I know that we have quite the educated chat here. It's when your throat, it's like the peanut boys. You know when the peanut boys eat the peanuts and they get stung by the bee and then their throat closes up and they can't breathe no more? It's like that. So, Ishmael, this Lobotomy Corporation is still a ways away. Why don't you rest up for a bit while you can? That's what we always do anyway. Or at least let me take the next shift after my fair share of night watches. Gregor's yawn betrayed his confidence. Ishmael didn't care. She was going to move from her station anyway. Ishmael looked like she was waiting for something to happen. Maybe she was deathly afraid of something. She did not even for a second, leave the telescope, courtesy of Rain most likely, installed a modified meeting. That's a good attitude, Swabi. It has been my long-held belief that letting your guard down is to let your comrades down. I asked Otis her thoughts out of curiosity, but she simply replied that Vergilius had already acted upon the matter. If the executive manager would not take action, then that was that. She also explained that while she would not hesitate to clash with Ishmael again should the need arise, she would not continue this pointless tussle that only lowered the team's morale. I guess that's good enough. But we're in the middle of a lake. As long as we stick to the laws of the Great Lake, I don't see us getting... There! Ahead! Ishmael suddenly got up and hurried into the cabins as though she noticed something through the telescope. Attacked by anything. My bad. Time to drift again, Redhead? It's too late to change course. That trick won't help us here. They went through the trouble of hiding themselves in an artificial fog of war. We're obviously their target. The pirates? It's a matter of time before they catch up with this ship. Now that they know our location, deal with them as you will. Manager, permit us to board their ship. We're going on their ship. Are you sure that boarding their ship is the best course of action? If we want to save our ship? According to my experience, yes. Okay, I'll leave it to you then. I hope you'll continue to make wise choices like that. I sighed with relief as she seemed to be going along with me for now. With that, I took a few steps behind the other sinners and watched her.
작살을 꽂아서 배를
With their
강제로
shift
붙일
of
거예요.
harpoons, force them into a melee range. Someone grab the helm and turn it on my signal.
엔진도
And someone should be
타이밍에
on
꺼져.
standby, ready to shut off the engine at the right moment.
어이, 거기.
Hey you,
너는
bring some
명품
extra
받침을
rope.
갖고 오고.
You, wait for a signal
넌
inside the
조차실에 들어가.
wheelhouse. Ishmael's explanations were rapid and confident. Otis nodded along affirmatively. The other sinners were quick to follow their instructions. Watching Ishmael throw her razor-sharp harpoon towards the pirate ship, I started to feel that something was off. There they were, the sinners working so well together like clockwork. But underneath all that, maybe all that mattered to them was their own goals. I was wondering if all the times I've spent thinking, hoping, and contemplating about our futures together were pointless. This thought lingered for a while in my head. No, why can't everyone just be friends? I mean, last Canto ended... Oh my god, we're actually on the pirate ship. This is crazy. The last Canto ended with Yi-sang being all happy. We cured his depression. Everybody was best friends. What happened to all of that?
그러니까 미야.
Where did all of that go?
거기까지.
This is so sad. Guys, is the big brother also a part-time pirate scallywag? Is he gonna appear on this pirate ship at some point? Because I'm pretty sure Mr. Big Brother, he's kind of got like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure vibe going on, like city gangsta type, which does not quite align well with the pirates, but maybe he multitasks. He's kind of got Marco from Fear of Hunger Termina vibes. So I mean, I don't know if you can be a gangsta scallywag, but if he is, I mean, props to the Project Moon writing team for coming up with such a creative concept. All right, I think that's very interesting, very cool. Triple Tales of Doom and Despair at 0 SP Gregor, man. Bro, we get all of our bad flips out the way now, so that when we have the big boss fights, we're ready to go. I cash out all of my bad rolls during the during our win rates. You know, they don't actually explain this, but if you don't win rate, you increase all of your flips by 1%. You guys know that? It's hard coded where if you don't win rate, you get extra 1% chance to flip heads on all of your flips. You got Inkler, I think you'll be fine. This is true. I never really thought of the fact that, you know, with how badly we flip sometimes, Inkler is actually, like, he's the best unit for us for meta reasons. Dude, the Faust animations are so cool. But yeah, our bad flips actually work perfect in Claire. 5:30. Is that the big stage? Is that the big boss battle? I think it's when the second part of Canto 4 or Canto 5. That's like the next section, I think. Which is weird because I'm pretty sure there's only like 36 stages in this Canto. I'm pretty sure stage 30 is like where you get to the second chapter. I assume we won't be on boats when we get to that. I've come back from Devin Block's International Affairs. Thank you, Yash. I appreciate you holding down the fort on the international front. It seems like the Chinese have began to wage war against us. You know, I don't remember ever like signing anything that was like a formal declare of war against them. So they must have taken action first. But, you know, the compromising of the TikTok account is enough for me to take it as a declaration. So we'll have to start readying our forces soon. We'll have to start readying the Empire. You know, we're pretty lax about training up the new squires and knights. Actually, now thinking back to it, I don't think that we've had a Devon Blocks knight in possibly like 5 months. We really only have squires and lords, which, thinking about it, not very good for our military strength. So we might need to conscript some new knights for the Empire's cause. Just a thought. What level is our Mao Faust? I believe Faust is currently... How did your ass get staggered? What happened to our road?
내 뒤로.
Didn't we get up to level 35? I think I leveled up all of our major IDs to 35. Now Faust to go to good. Guys, how is the mic a little quiet compared to the game volume? It kind of looks like it on OBS right now. Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. Aaron says yes. Okay, thank you. Let me do this. Let me do this. Okay. It should be a little bit louder. We'll go like up here, I guess. You know, give it like an extra 4 decibel lift. Y'all tell me if that's good or if that's too loud now. This is so weird. I wish that I was like either a professional audio engineer or I knew somebody that actually knew how to work with audio tech, but maybe a little more. It's just so hard because it's for some reason my microphone peaks very easily. Here, I'll boost it up just a little bit more. My mic will peak very easily, but if I raise, so then I have to lower like the volume and the gain on it. But then I'm too quiet. But I don't know how I just raise the volume without peaking out the mic. It's so very strange. Which the reason that we're quiet is that I lowered the gain on it before because it was peaking a lot in the previous stream. Here. Okay. That's hopefully good enough. It might also just be worth to like lower the game volume a bit as well. Hopefully that's good enough. Y'all just let me know. One day we won't have scuffed Devon Block streams. One day. Guys, I do love the Limbus company. But there is a part of me that thinks that, you know, nowadays, like it's hard to find time to stream. There are some other games I'd like to stream. I just have to figure out how to incorporate them. You know, it's hard to stream while also like being a contributing member of society and like you know, being able to afford groceries. But I'm doing my best to find a way to make it all work. This is good. Okay. Thank you. Hello, Polyrim. Mr. Grip Faust or In Sinclair? Honestly, at this point, now that we've kind of moved on from Grippy Faust to Mao Branch, it's got to be Sinclair. Sinclair still has a spot on the squad. What was I saying though? Yeah, but obviously I love the Limbus, but also there's other games I like to play, and it would be cool to also play them. And it's like, especially on the weekends, like I want to do like cool, fun, like event-themed streams. And then also, what was I saying? And then also we have the setbacks with the TikTok. We got the damn Chinese government hacking the TikToks. Why is it so difficult? Why must it be so hard? Sinclair, yes. Yes, I do like Sinclair more than Grippy Faust. But just giving you guys some insight on what I've been thinking about. But I do still love our Limbus company. You crafty bastards, we're going to board your ship first. We've got places to be, things to do, okay? Now answer my question. Lie or flap your gums meaninglessly and I'll tear the lips off your mugs. Speak. Who sent you plonkers after us? Hello, Hello, Clinkinbot. We
We
can't let someone who dared to lay a finger on our first mate leave in one piece. Your very breath brings shame to our syndicate. By Captain Hook's orders, you won't leave here alive. Captain Hook? Is that maybe I take back what I was saying about the Project Moon writing team. It seems like they put all of their work into developing the pirate gangsta subclass for the Big Brother. Could have maybe gone with something better than Captain Hook. I'm just saying. Hey, ain't that bloody marvelous? I like seeing a good camaraderie. Well, so what I'd say about flapping your gums meaninglessly? Think your threats rattle us? We're no tenderfoots, you stupid son of bachelors. What a clingy bunch. We spared their first mate's life, and this is the thanks we get? This is what Smee! That was her name. Think this is what Smee meant? That we'll regret it if we... No. With juvenile whining. That's not from shame. When all of your mates lay dead, consumed, manipulated and led into a meat grinder by a collective insanity of a mad woman. When you were left in that endless void where the only sound is the beating of your heart. Is she murdering all of the... What's all the gushy sounds? Is she murdering all of the pirates? When you realize that, your heart continues to beat because it's still desperately, pathetically clinging on to life. Despite all that. That's when you'll feel true shame. Devin, you're really gonna hate Heathcliff after this canto even more? Even more than I already do? What? How is that possible? What is he gonna do? I mean, he'd have to go on like a rogue killing spree and like murder all of the other sinners and probably like also murder Dante for me to hate him any more than I already do. Spy Boots said I like a little murder with my morning coffee. You know, I think it works out for some people, just depending on your mood. Wait. Looking at the sorry state of your boat, I can hazard ye have no clue what you're doing out here. Spare me and I'll tell you what you need to know. I'll even put in a good word to the boss man for you. Nothing to lose here, eh, lass? You won't have anyone to put in a good word if you kill me. Ah, am I getting through to you? Spare me, you just might sail out of this lake with your... I'm tired of listening to these inane, meaningless pleas. That was the last one, right? Let's go back to our ship. The ship was still as death. Its sails fluttered a forlorn dance in the winds. She murdered everyone on the ship. And we're the ones that boarded their ship. Aren't we basically the pirates here? Usually the pirates are the ones that board the ship and murder everybody. What side are we on now? Whose side are we on? So something's been bothering me. Wasn't it weird how they all seemed so certain? That if we kept going this way, we'd run into some other huge disaster? It is nothing of note, manager. It is but a byproduct of their firm belief in their advantage over us. I have observed an oddity, however. They had installed numerous spikes on the lower side of their ship's hull. Are they not for ramming into other vessels? I have heard that such tactics were occasionally used in naval combat. They were installed far too low in their water to be as useful as means of ramming another ship. It can be extrapolated from the metal's level of corrosion that the spikes, concentrated on the keel of the boat, have been installed recently. Okay, I thought that I saw that. I was gonna mention in the background of the dialogue from this last scene, there were spikes coming all off the side of the boat. I didn't know if those were just like the harpoons that we had thrown in and were like, you know, coming across the rope, jumping, you know, pulling ourselves across. But no, I guess that they had spikes on. How did you see the keel of the boat? The water was clear up close and it appeared from a distance. Hello, Leno. Twitch is useful to tell me you're streaming on YouTube. Good morning, everyone. Is it morning for you, Leno? I guess we're either catching people that are just waking up or people that are going to sleep. Hello, Ricardo. How have I been? I've been great. How have you? How have you been, my friend? Just been a little busy. Maybe they were trying to stop something from climbing up to the ship? Can't imagine that any fish would swim blindly into the keel of a boat. They're not birds crashing into windows.
별거 아닐 수도 있잖아.
Maybe it was nothing. You know how superstitious pirates can be. What if it's like a good luck charm? Maybe we should let assistant manager pilot tag along. Know anything about this, Frau Faust? No pertinent information has been updated. The most we could do is to ensure that we do not violate any laws of the Great Lake. Hello, fishy boy. Thus continued our journey to the Lobotomy Corp branch with the variable coordinates pilot gave us. Paranoia of the unknown weighing heavily on our shoulders. After an indeterminate amount of time. Are we gonna get to fight? I mean, I don't think you'd be able to fight that thing. But the giant squid tentacle death monster that would have killed us if we didn't get out of the like next section of the Great Lake. I think that'd be pretty cool. Is that like the Kraken? Do I get to fight the Kraken? I think we could take him. Otis, we will have to steer the ship port side. What? Otis, who was looking out ahead from the bow of the ship, whipped around. Whatever Faust said seemed to have hit her unexpectedly. Hey, it hasn't been an hour since you told us that we'll have to cross this zone in a straight line. We are falling short of our target speed. At our current rate, we will be struck by the next zone's waves as soon as we exit here. That's it, the waves. The tentacle monster hentai waves. Is that the damn law of this zone? Indeed. Though our encounter with the pirates was rapidly resolved, we still fell behind schedule. The variable coordinates now points to a different route. How much time are we going to have to waste here? According to the variable coordinates, the necessary roundabout path will cost us 3 more days. Otis bit her lip with discontent before suddenly turning in my direction. Executive Manager, I have a genius plan. A plan that will not only accelerate this operation, but also increase the chances of securing and rescuing the lives of the LCCP agents. If we were to waste 3 days at sea, there is very little guarantee for their well-being. Well, what's the plan? We keep going forward. With that, Otis slowly raised the acceleration lever. What? Are you nuts? We'd be sailing right into the waves. You know that? I know what the waves are, Swabby. I'm not as ignorant of the Great Lake as you might think. You've had plenty of experience weathering and conquering waves as well, haven't you? Yeah, but that's because they were unavoidable. Because we lacked enough information to take the roundabout path. I've never sailed knowingly into the waves before. We're doing it! But you still prevailed, didn't you? And that was when you didn't have someone to bring you back. I say this is well within our capabilities. Besides, there is the added benefit of accelerating our mission and the higher possibility of rescue that the executive manager and a few underlings wanted. It was clear to me that you, Ishmael, weren't so happy with how slow our progress has been. What is it? Did you suddenly gain a yearning for a 3-day sunbathing break? Instead of responding to Otis's sarcastic remark, Ishmael squinted in the direction the boat was speeding in. The tides, the odor, the speed, the color. That lake over there is the blue whirling lake of murk and fishery. I haven't suffered its waves before, but I know many ships that have, many of which that are now lying at the bottom of the lake. Fine, as long as we don't join them. What if we just went to go take a quick look, and if we don't feel like it's too much for us, we can just go the other way we came from, right? Go back there is no such thing as going back in this lake. Your decision, Dante. Let's try following Otis's plan. Oh my god, we are going in. Hey, what's up, Hong Lu? Understood. Crossing the zone's borders to the target lake. You've got to be kidding me. Otis, you better be right. As soon as those words left Ishmael's mouth, there was a flash in the sky. Thunder. It's really starting to pour. We're in the eye of the storm. Wait, but the sky was clear just moments ago. How could this... The waves are already here, Manager. That was an entertaining display. Whoa! What is this? We're getting like 3D animations now? What? I've never seen this before. Charon, this seems like a good opportunity to test that function. Okay, switching to endure mode.
What the? They got a budget increase? This is sick!
That's when reality began to sink in. What had happened to, what happens to, and what will happen to everyone and everything that entered this lake without preparation for what's to come. What do we do now, Ishmael? There's this adage that every greenhorn sailor of the Great Lake hears before they set their first sail. There's but one thing you can count on if you find yourself in an unfamiliar lake whose waves are alien to you. A colossal wave rises to its crest before us.
It's Sylvian. It's Sylvian from Fear and Hunger.
SIC. Ready your weapons if you want to delay the inevitable.
Oh my god, this is so sick!
It's not your sailing prowess, your far-seeing eyes of a pathfinder, or the unbreakable bond between you and your mates. Many sailors fail to endure this trial and instead choose to become sacrificed to the depths of this lake.
Mom, something's climbing onto our ship.
Trust nothing but your own resolve to hold steadfast in the face of terror, in the face of calamity. Though the raging lake may remain indifferent to the will of your meager existence.
This is the big boy boss fight I was talking about. Oh my god, I have been waiting for this for so long. Aura and Hype Moments Company, this is so sick.
Okay, what are we even fighting here? These guys, this is even focus battle, or is it? No, it's not. Oh, well, that's a kind of lame. I do love a good focus battle, but... Alright. On guard. I don't know what these little chain things coming out of them are. Setesian Strand. Whale of the Porous Hand. It takes damage when this unit is defeated. Okay. Upon death, deal 10 damage to connected mermaids. Then apply 2 damage next turn. This effect cannot drop the connected mermaid's HP below 1. Are you guys mermaid? Yeah, okay, these are Whale of the Porous Hand mermaids. Got you. And that's the Porous Hand. That is said Porous Hand right there in the background. Wouldn't it be the Porous Hand of the whale then? Why is it the Whale of the Porous Hand? Is it like metaphorical? Are they using it in like an idiomatic expression, like, you know, like a whale of a time? Something along those lines? Devin winning his aura farmed on by fish. Would you believe me if I tell you this is the calm before the storm? I would love that. I would love this just escalate from here. Put me in the gauntlet. Give me all the mermaids. Give me some sirens. Give me some harpies. Throw the white whale in there. Maybe like a colossal, you know, sea titan, Poseidon. Anything mythologically fish/ocean related, I will gladly take it on. This is a soldier mermaid. What's going on with y'all's eyeballs? It's a little weird. A little strange. Ooh. Okay, hold up. Where are these attacks going? Both of these are going for Faust. This one's going here. Okay, and then 2 are going towards Rodion. I think I should use my defense skill. Let me see. Her skill 1 is the yellow one, yeah. Let's use her defense skill, because it's really good. I think it generates a ton of Tianju Starblade stacks as well. And so she can use that to counter these, I think, is how that will work. I hope so. I don't know. Continue. We love not having enough skill slots to clash everything. Yeah, I mean, I think that's... it's not bad, though. Because it's just like a skill test of knowing when to use your defense skills. It does add another layer of strategy to... if it's not a focus battle, you know? Yeah. And I'm pretty sure also... doesn't Faust... let me see. Doesn't her defense skill have assist defense? Yeah. Or no, how do you choose which of these that you're using? Because she has 2 defense skills. I have no idea. How do you utilize her other defense skill? She does both. Wait, at the same time? Like whenever you use her defense skill, this counts as both of them? The second one is used when she does assist defense. Okay. Got you. That makes sense. Understood. Yeah, cause I was trying to understand how that assist defense works. But now it's clicking. Yeah, she's actually really good. If you don't have enough skill slots to handle everything, Mao Branch Faust is perfect for that because she can redirect those attacks, even though those attacks weren't going towards her originally, and you can't actually like select them like you could in a focus battle. Big boy and Claire getting up in there. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't. When I heard, cause I saw people in the Discord were mentioning the nerfs that they'd gone through with. That was it? I think we're gonna fight multiple parts of the giant whale. People were saying that they were nerfing people, nerfing IDs. I think that y'all were probably talking about the one that we got compensated for, but I thought that they had mentioned Mao Branch Faust being part of that, but I don't think they did nerf her. I don't think they did. Or we better fight some type of like eldritch whale monster. No words come to mind to rightly describe that creature. The unfathomable entities inhabiting the depths of the lake are called whales, and those that emerge from them are called mermaids. That's the whale of the Porous hand. I was really hoping to avoid that one. Is that one of the whales they were talking about at U-Corp? Mermaids raid ships too? I read about them once as a child, but these don't look anything like how they did in the books. Mermaids. I still remember that horrible bedtime stories my brother used to tell me about them. They said they would nerf Faust, then said, oops, sorry, we're dumb, yeah, won't nerf Faust, and then only adjusted Sinclair. Got you. That's like best case scenario for me, because we don't even have the Sinclair ID, and we do have the Faust. So I'm glad they didn't nerf her as soon as we got her. That would have been so sad. So they make perfumes out of these things? That's right, these are the mermaid perfumes. Ergy, isn't this a good time for you to lend us a hand for once? Really, that's the guy who practically spectated like a bystander when we got slaughtered back at K-Corp. He didn't even blink. Oh, he did wave at us though. But I couldn't wave back because my wrists were getting snapped in half. Of course, I won't sit idly by as Mifi sinks, if it ever comes to that, but know that I will take action only under a very particular set of circumstances, in which all of you are decimated. The enemies have crushed the manager's head and are about to tear the hands off that clock. Are you serious right now? Dante, I can't allow them to take the company's precious assets right before my eyes now, can I? So I'm afraid that you won't see me step in before every single one of you are dead. Mr. Guide, are you really as good as they say? Maybe the stories about you were just tall tales, you know? That's... No, do not! Oh, yeah, that's just not... Two previous victims of Vergilius interjected, albeit in hollow voices, to rebut Rhodia's rather dangerous remark. So either take them out, welcome them aboard with open arms, or whatever. I'm leaving it up to all of you. I do hope at some point we get to see Vergilius step in. Like, especially if they're upgrading the animations now. Okay, awesome. We are still in the waves battles here. Like it'd be cool to see him, like, you know, jump in at the end of a battle. Like, we lose it, but it's like a fight you're supposed to lose. And then he goes and slaughters the enemy. Kind of like Damien did. When Damien hopped in and during the Cromer fight, that was awesome. And just, like, obliterated Cromer. It was so cool. I just need Vergilius to do that.
거기까지.
Vergilius and Dante will have a sex scene this canto. Yash, are you sure that wasn't one of the mods that you'd left on? Are you sure you hadn't left your Lover's Lab Limbus Company mods installed? I always make sure that I disable mine before I start streams. That'd be very embarrassing. You can't slip up like that. That's how you end up on LSF. Although, honestly, you know, it's probably a good thing to never end up on live stream fails, but if we ever did, I don't think it'd be the worst thing in the world. I mean, hopefully, you know, it'd be something like, you know, they got people on there that, you know, it's like when PewDiePie said the N-word. I guess it's not as bad if you're on there for leaking your Limbus Company sex mods, right? That might actually be more like best case scenario. You know what I'm saying? What was I saying though? Oh, I was gonna ask. So you know how with Rhodia, it's usually almost always better to use her defense skill as opposed to her skill 1 with Princess Rodion. Is that pretty much the same thing with Faust? Should I be trying to utilize her defense skill quite often?
내 뒤로.
Because I don't know really how good her skill 1 is. And also her defense skill is really good for building those stacks. You can get the ascended form quickly. Faust's skill 1 gets a reuse when she has Strider. Oh, okay. So maybe if you have Strider, it's still worth going with skill 1, but if you don't, then you should do the... Yeah, then you do your counter to get Strider. Got you. That makes sense.
거기까지. 그 정도인가?
You know, I don't think Vergilius is ever gonna have to step in. We are just obliterating these mermaids. Ooh. Double mermaid soldiers. What is with the hand going on in the background? Why don't we... It's weird because it says that whenever we kill the units, the Whale of the Porous Hand takes damage, but it's not like this thing has a health bar. It seems odd for them to mention that if I can't even target this thing anyways. Maybe the entire whale is going to emerge and like board the ship, and when it does, it will have a little bit of its health depleting because we killed so many mermaids. It has pores. Yes, I'm aware. Was that meant to be an elaboration on a previous statement? I did notice the pores. The porous whale. Not to be confused with the poor whale, as in like the poverty whale. Completely different entity. That's the one that haunts Bamboozle's dreams, is the poor whale. The porous whale is more for anybody that has tryptophobia. Is that the fear of holes? What even is that shit? What? How are you afraid of holes? Grow up. Alright? Kids nowadays, they're too damn soft. If you can't handle holes, you can't handle many holes in one concentrated area, you're not gonna be able to survive in the world. I'm sorry to tell you. You're gonna have a very difficult life. Alright? Hello, Infamous Shadow. Boat got whaled. We are in the process of getting whaled right now. We're actually in the de-whaling protocol. I left all my de-whaling medication at home, so we're having to do it the mechanical way. We're making pretty good progress so far. Yeah, like tryptophobia or... I mean, honestly, even arachnophobia, like fear of spiders. I get being afraid of spiders in real life, but people that can't even, like, play a game that has spiders in them, that just seems really strange. Like, that might be worth going to therapy. I mean, you could probably go your entire life. Oh my god. Do I need to start using ego or something? Hold up. Hold up. What are we doing here? Okay. Let me start using brain. These are skill 1s. Do you currently have Strider? You do. Okay. Let's have Sinclair use his ego. I think that'd be a good idea. We'll actually have him use both. Okay, I like that. I don't think we're gonna die here, but it was just to make it quick and easy. I thought I'd go for it. Oh, I can handle the holes all right. Smiley face. You know, that would have been a little out of pocket if Yash hadn't brought up the Vergilius Dante sex scene like 5 minutes prior. But I commend you for trying your best. You mostly want to counter when she's at 1 Strider, by the way. Got you. I will keep that in mind. Yeah, with the arachnophobia thing, isn't that crazy? Like, you can't even play a game just because it has spiders in it. And, like, they'll have games like I'm pretty sure World of Warcraft has this, where, yeah, we'll go like that. You know, use the eagle. Yes, thank you. Where it turns all of the spider-like creatures into crabs. Have y'all seen that? Or like Grounded, that survival game where you're like kids that get shrunken down. It's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, but first-person survival co-op game. And I think it literally just like blurs the spider. It doesn't actually change what it looks like, I don't think. Grounded arachnophobia at max, it just becomes spheres. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's like not, it's not even like a you know, what's that called? Immersive way of doing it. They literally just become giant spheres. Look at this. Was this our Ascendant? It was. We just win rate into Ascendant Don Quixote technique. That's pretty sick. But yeah, I mean, I guess I don't really know if it's because, like, maybe different parts of the world just have different densities of the spider population. Oh, okay, that was a good thing. I thought that he was about to come out the water. But spiders are not a big deal to me. Like, at all. Especially like the little cute little jumping spiders. I love a cute little jumping spider. They look up at you. And they're just so sweet. Like, honestly, if I could get a pet jumping spider, but it was like dog-sized. Like, you know how in Skyrim they have the frostbite spiders, the frostspite? That would be a pretty cool little pet. I wouldn't mind one of those. They're very cute. You could ride them around, climb up walls. But roaches, like most insects, if they're squirmy, I can't do them. I mean, not like I can kill them easily, but like killing a cockroach and then picking it up with like the, you know, a paper towel and then start squirming in your hand, even though your hand's protected by the paper towel. That messes me up, bro. I can't be doing all that. I can't be doing all that. What about brown recluse spiders or tarantulas? Well, most tarantulas aren't actually that dangerous. Like, the bigger a spider is, usually they don't have venom because they're, or if they do have venom, it's not like super toxic venom, and they tend to not bite. Brown recluse, though, that's like where I live, we have brown recluses. Those will mess you up. But it's very easy to determine like a brown recluse or a black widow. Or you should be able to. That's, I think, like an essential life skill, knowing venomous creatures in your area. If you haven't started studying that, I would recommend it. Look up dangerous life murdering entities in my area. And then go find all of those. Skip over the part where like Yash shows up if you live near them, or like other, you know, murderous entities. Really just focus on like the spiders, the snakes, that kind of stuff, you know? I hate the Skyrim spiders. Thank God there's a mod that swaps their model for Spider-Man. That's just crazy. Like, did you have a traumatic accident with a giant spider in your past, Infamous Shadow? No. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that. Hello, Alphonse. What about wasps, hornets? No, I've gotten over that. Especially bees. I love a little buzzy bee. Like, the only reason that people get stung by wasps and bees is when they're, like, younger or they're not paying attention and they, you know, either, like, step on it or, like, crush it with their hand or, you know, swat it. If you just let most insects be, they will not do anything. Just saying. Just exist one with nature. How many left? None. And this is the last one. There was something off about those mermaids that crawled out of that whale. Feeling not so different from looking at an abnormality or distortion. Mermaids, were they human once? I guess I should have explained better. Not every creature that lives in the depths of the Great Lake are called whales. Whales specifically referred to everything in the Great Lake that can parasitize humans. And whales give birth to mermaids. And where do the mermaids come from? They're people devoured by whales that came with the waves. There's no guarantee that we won't meet the same fate. See? Now you know why you could turn the clock all day and fail to bring us back. I see now. The waves will be unrelenting, unabating. And Ishmael, who'd already weathered and braved these endless crashing waves, was starting to snap strand by strand. I have a mission that I can't fail, and I'll kill everything that stands in my way. Even if I were to stumble, even if every part of me were to fall apart, I'll see it through to the end. Determined and ferocious, both good attitudes to have in setting sail on an adventure. Because our voyage is just getting started. Whoa. Is this how far we have to go? Oh my god. I didn't realize also, I thought that like the map was just color coding the different parts of the Great Lake. No, it's actually like IRL color coded. Oh my goodness. We have a ways to go. I don't know when the hell Mr. Big Brother shows up, but I'm guessing sometime soon. Bees are generally peaceful, but wasps are pretty aggressive. I mean, honestly, most wasps, like, you gotta think, it's not like wasps are looking to sting things. Like, when you see wasps flying around, they're looking for insects to eat, you know, like off of leaves or grass or stuff like that. The only reason that a wasp would sting you is either it perceives you as a threat to, like, murdering it. So, like, if you acknowledge its presence, that might even be enough. That's a thing in nature. Like, bears, like, it's like when you're, you know, out in the wild, like, the squirrels don't even acknowledge, like, the the wolves or the bears. The birds don't really acknowledge the other creatures out there. They just coexist. If you want stuff in nature to not like pester you, then you have to exist like you have to be like a monkey. You have to be a monkey roaming the forest. All right, and you're just doing your thing. You're doing your thing. You're living your life, you know? But if you were to like be near like a wasp nest, well then they might give you a little sting. But it's not like it's the end of the world. I mean, a wasp sting isn't going to take you out unless you are allergic, which in which case it very much could take you out and you could die a terrible anaphylactic shocking death. So look out for that. Keep your EpiPen on you if that is the case. But for most other people, you can take a wasp sting. Get a little bit of venom in you. It'll boost your immune system. The lake. It's like when I use the bathroom. I don't always wash my hands so that I can start to build up that immune system a little bit. It's like controlled doses of pathogens, right? You know what I'm saying? When I look into its waters, I see my shimmering reflection. Maybe I'm just as refracted and twisted like my reflection in the water. Doesn't matter which lake we're on. I always look so warped, so unstable. I happened upon Ishmael's musings around the time we were on our way to the elusive Lobotomy Corp branch of the Great Lake. It had been a while since our last disastrous incident. Maybe my distorted reflections were just me. Even from a distance, it was evident that Ishmael was gazing down at our own reflection in the water. I rested my wandering feet and decided to watch her for a moment. I wanted to see what Ishmael was looking at. Together. Hey, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for the $1 dono. I appreciate you, buddy. Was that for going into a vulnerable state and sharing about not always washing my hands? You know, it's a sensitive subject. It did really take a lot out of me. But, you know, I think it's just best to keep a completely open dialogue going on between me and the viewers. So I appreciate you encouraging that behavior. It's like also how sometimes, like, when somebody's not looking, I'll, like, scratch, you know, I'll put my hand in my pants and, like, scratch the back of my booty hole a little bit, and then, like, I'll go shake their hand. I know that they're probably not giving themselves controlled doses of pathogens, so I do my best to transmit just enough to where they will begin building their immune system. Because that's why the pandemic broke out, let's be honest. People they weren't preparing themselves for it. Me, never got COVID. Why? Explained previously. I wanted to see what Ishmael was looking at. Together. My hands were peeling, bleeding. Salt water seeped into my gaping wounds. It hurt so much. So much that I thought I might faint if I didn't let go. But I couldn't. What was I holding on to? Executive Manager, there's a matter that requires your attention. We are approaching our next coordinates. Okay. I'll go see too. Ishmael woke from her introspection and straightened herself. She strode towards us. What's up ahead? The raiders caught something. We have visual on a solitary ship. It looks like we have 3 hours to kill before we're allowed to move on to the next lake. Unless COVID caught Devin and got sick. You're saying that you're saying that maybe I was patient zero? They were thinking that COVID was born in a lab in, what was it called? Wangshu, China? It actually was bred, homegrown, in a Devin Block's booty hole. It was a amalgamation of many different diseases that interacted and reproduced with one another to become a super disease. Wuhan, China. That's what it was. And that's why they started Target. That's why they targeted the TikTok. Because I'm stealing their thunder when it comes to manufacturing bioweapons in the form of viral diseases. It all makes sense now. The executive manager would authorize us to weather the waves once more. No, Otis. The losses were worse than I anticipated. Remember what Ishmael said. We were extremely lucky the waves that came for us was relatively a manageable one. Yes, executive manager. Thanks to Otis, who quickly abandoned the idea, the sinners and I could observe this new vessel with somewhat lighter hearts.
다행히 해적선으로
Wow,
보이지는
what a
않아요.
relief. That doesn't look like a pirate ship. That's...
오,
Oh!
저거는
Look, that is a mini cruise ship over yonder. A veritable party ship. A vessel of partying. Even from this distance, I could see the colorful balloons and banners decorating the ship.
난 파티가 정말
Who I would not be taking a cruise line out on the Great Lake. Me personally, even if beach volleyball and parties were included, I don't know if I'm signing up to take a cruise out on the Great Lake and get devoured and parasitized by the great whale.
거기서는
None shall be vexed, no matter how I frolic at a party. Naught will pay mind how I leap and run and shout in there. What joy is it not? Erky, go easy on the girl, why don't you? But I'm sure they sell local delicacies there too. Liquor, treats not found anywhere else in the city. Rhodia and Don Quixote both shot twinkling glances in my direction, then at Virgilius, then back at me. Virgilius shrugged. Whatever we decided to do here was none of his business. Well, maybe they can tell us something about the nearby Lobotomy Corp branch. Or maybe they know something about the LCCB agents? Don Quixote was rhythmically swaying her shoulders. Maybe she's trying to imitate the Marlin dance she glimpsed back at the club. Hey ho! Allow me to ask thee in thy fine company a few questions! The faintly blaring music was the only response from the ship.
음악 때문에 안 들릴 수도 있겠어.
Maybe they can't hear us over the music. Boy, music these days, they're just too loud for me.
건너가서 물어보고 그렇게
It'll be
빠르겠어.
faster if we just head over there and ask them in person. I guess we can quickly stop by and ask them a few questions. We're about to board our second ship while we've been out here on the Great Lake. I'm starting to think that we might be the pirates. We might actually be the pirates out here. We had 3 hours to kill anyway. Might as well make ourselves useful and collect some intel. Ishmael shot a glance at Virgilius before staring at the floor wordlessly. I'd say it's a reckless idea to just row up to a random vessel we don't know anything about, like its owner or its history. But the executive manager insists. Sure, let's stop by.
저거는 또 갑자기 오티스나
Now that was a very
해보는
Otis
거구나.
thing to say, innit? It's just the attitude I decided to adopt. We going to the club ship? The club? The music's getting closer. Now this boat will come in useful.
이건
Will
뒤집어질
this
염려는
boat not
없는
capsize? Should I
구명조끼나
pack some
튜브는
life
안
vests or
넣어도 될까?
buoy? By the time all 13 of us squeezed our way in, the skiff was absolutely packed and precariously swaying. Some sinners' faces darkened with concern. Don't worry, guys. Even if you all drown, I'll bring you guys right back. All right as rain. Just kidding. Right then, drink responsibly, everyone. In a manner that was extremely out of character, Virgilius waved at us. Does he know something that we don't? Who's on this ship? Hello, Virulence. Who's on this ship? It is really cool to see, like, we're actually, like, progressing through the different parts of the map, like, as we're going through the Great Lake. Very well done. Look, this is, we came all the way from back here. That's crazy. Look at that. This is a really cool map design. And then here we're in the, this is when where all the shipping containers were. When we were on the land. Did they do this for the other cantos? I don't remember the map being this detailed as we were progressing through it. Maybe it was, I just wasn't paying attention, but it just seemed like it was kind of a, you know, abstract background, like somewhat related to the Canto, but not really. We didn't EX clear the waves too. Throwing. I think that's the one that Rodion got staggered that one time. I still don't see anyone on the deck.
기다려보시오. 내가 배에
Wait
있는
but a moment, I shall
손을
make use of my lungs to howl a bellow so powerful that they have no recourse but to heed us. Oh!
야파 임마.
Shut it, you'll burst my
그런데
eardrums.
이런 선상
By
파티
the
같은
way,
건
is it okay for us to just barge into a yacht party like
뭐냐?
this? I see, this is why I like Gregor. This is why Gregor's my favorite character. He's like one of the only people that actually uses his brain. We don't have the an invitation or anything like it either.
주눅들지 마, 그래.
Puff out your
이런 건
chest,
원래
Greg.
같이
The more the
즐길수록
merrier,
신나는
right?
거야.
They'll understand.
다치고 나발이고.
Couldn't care
목표는
less about a
정보
party.
수집이에요.
We're here to gather
거짓거리 하나
intel.
놓고 갈 겁니다.
Waste any more time and I'm leaving you behind.
여기
Wow, this
진짜 좋아
This
보이긴
place
하네요.
really is fancy. Numerous liquor bottles and half-eaten food were strewn about haphazardly all over the deck.
바로 직전까지 이
It
자리에서
appears that this
파티를
party
벌이고
must have
있었던 것으로
ended
보인다.
very recently and abruptly.
아, 안쪽에 불이 켜져 있어.
I spies light shining from the ship's interiors. I shall go swiftly like the wind and verify its sources. Don Quixote, running on sheer excitement for a party, scuttled to the cabins.
시끄러운 게 하나
So that's one loudmouth gone. Heathcliff slammed his fist into the loudspeaker that's been blaring music this entire time. What the? Dude, why does he do this?
살것 같네. 귀 터지는 줄 알았어.
Why does he do this? Is this what it was? Is this what makes me hate Heathcliff even more? He's a party pooper. What the hell? It was so sick. I love the little EDM music we had going on in the background. I decided to remain silent. The music was pretty loud.
음악이
This is so awkward.
영썰렁해지는구만.
Well, it's awful quiet up here now that the music's
그러고
gone.
보니 지금 상황과
Oh, this
비슷한
reminds me of a
이야기가
similar story my
생각나네요.
nanny used to tell me.
유머가
It's an old
해준
story, but Don Quixote returns with a dumbfounded expression on her face. There was not.
뭐가? 음식? 술?
What?
아니면
What was
둘 다?
not? Food? Drinks? Both? There was
없었어.
no one.
그저
Yet the lights were left on,
불만
with
켜져
nary a
있었다니.
soul to be seen inside.
방금까지 파티가 있었던 게 자명하다.
Ridiculous. It is clear that mere moments ago, a large group of people were having a party on the deck. How could there be no one aboard?
진짜요?
For truth, perhaps they are busying themselves with a game of hide and seek.
이런 모임에 모일 만한 사람.
Can't imagine that the crowd that left all these liquor bottles behind would be the kind that enjoys playing hide and seek like kids at a party.
그럼 사라졌다는 건가요?
Played hide and seek many a times while under the inebriation of alcohol.
그러면 이미
So
파도에
what?
당했대?
They just vanished into thin air? Like they were... Wait, did the waves already?
다른 가능성을 둔다면
There is one remaining possibility. The ship's storage space.
그런데 파티를 하던 사람들이
You're saying that these party
모든
people
음식과 술을
left all this
먹어도
uneaten food and liquor behind just to huddle in a cramped storage room?
아, 네.
Oh, I remember now. Yes, the story went just like this.
잔치를 한다는
Once a
초대장을
huge
받고
manor sent out invitations for a grand party,
아무도
but when the
보이지
guests
않는다고
arrived,
했어요.
they found the manor vacant and engulfed in a deadly silence.
저희 노래나
How
다시
about we get the
틀까요?
music going again?
라디오 작살냈는데?
I smashed the radio, lad.
이게 파도에 당했던
If
배라면
this ship was struck by the
당장 나가야
waves,
하는데.
we have to get out of here. Now.
그런데 열려 있는
Then
어떤 방에서
boom, boom, banging noises coming from behind a door slightly ajar.
들어가
So of
보았더니
course they went in there to investigate
들어가
and
보았더니 들어가
and
보았더니
and
사람들이 두 팔을
and
펼치고
there they were,
지체가
bodies as
뻣뻣하게
stiff as
껑충
corpses in
껑충
rigor mortis,
튀어오르면서
arms stretched forward, hopping up and down.
저는
Oh, that's I think I'll go check out the storage space. Sinclair, wherefore are thy palms so sodden? It's genetics. Sinclair hurriedly left the room in search of the ship's storage,
한때 유행 중이었다는
which was the dance that was all the
이야기였습니다.
rage back then apparently. The art of dancing must truly be an art of great profundity.
별 이야기도 아니었잖아. 괜히 기대하게
That was some
만드는 말이야.
damn squib. I thought it was actually going somewhere.
틀림없이
I had thought with quite the confidence that this would be a tale of the living dead.
괜히 애 겁주기는.
Now, what'd you do that for? Are they talking about the hopping zombies? Isn't that a Korean thing? Or I think that's just like an Asian. The Asian zombie is, I forget the name of what they called them, but in a lot of Asian cultures, I think like Korea, China, maybe Japan, their form of zombies are like hopping little dead people. The Jiangxi, yes. But they're okay, that's Chinese. Got you. Oh, which isn't that what Honglu's supposed to be? Isn't he supposed to be Chinese? Isn't that like his district? Isn't that what his district's based off? Look at that. See me connecting the dots, huh? Now, what'd you do that for? You scared the kid off. Where'd he go? I'll go find Sinclair. That Jiangxi. I took a course in college that was on the study of zombies in zombie history. It was quite interesting. Especially the story of how zombies made it like to the West, and then how like their prevalence increased as through the growth of like the movie industry. It's very there's a lot of like nuance to the study of zombie history and how it interfaced with like the growing industrialization of like movies and other stuff like that. If you guys are into that, you know, maybe it's something worth looking into. It's pretty dark in here. The hallway to the storage was significantly narrower than the party deck. I had nothing but faint, occasionally flashing lights to guide me through this dark hallway. I decided to proceed carefully. Seriously, this place is way creepier than wherever Hong Lu is going with his story. Sinclair? You there? I wasn't sure where the water droplets were coming from, but they were really getting on my nerves. I don't see anything here. Not that I could in this dark, even if there were. All I see is a very faint ray of light, and oh my god, this is like Limbus Company horror. This is awesome. Sinclair? And Sinclair. It seemed to me that he's been standing here for a good while. Exactly how long, I wasn't sure. Sinclair stood there, still like death. He looked up. What are you looking at? Now that I'm in here, I noticed that there was something funny about the ray of light. I assumed that the light I saw was from a lamp or something, but no, it was just there, surrounding the general area where Sinclair stood. There was no light source. There was a light shining in from the outside, maybe. But that doesn't make sense either. We're deep in the ship's storage, a big metal box with no opening for even a single strand of natural light. Besides, it's nighttime. They're just getting more and more bizarre by the second. Where's this light coming from? Sinclair, we gotta get out of here. Run! Now, come on! Fear of the unknown intensifies. What I saw defied every bit of common sense I'd accumulated over the journey. I had to get Sinclair out of there. I snatched and tugged his limp wrist. Come on, wake up! That seemed to have done the trick. Sinclair suddenly snapped back to reality and began screaming. He bolted out of the room. He's like Eminem. Oh, oh, the lads lost the plot. What in the bloody... I cannot talk that fast. There was a person floating in the air somewhere. There was someone just suspended in the air.
이거 진짜 무서워.
Okay, now I'm actually creeped out.
사람.
That can't be a person.
그럼
Then that was...
설명할 시간이 있나요?
Well, you think we have time for a lecture? Prepare for battle. Who are we fighting here? What are you guys? Whale of the Thousand Strands, mermaid. When killed in combat, deal 10 SP damage to the unit that attacked it last. Ooh. This is what was hanging on the ceiling? Okay. Okay. Well, let me pop. There we go. Actually, her green skill is good. But I think it's almost always good to use. Is this Faust skill 2? It was actually her skill 3. It gives her assist defense. Okay, no, I actually don't want to use that. I want to get her some of the Tianju Star Blades. So I'll give her the counter. Just wouldn't it be cool to be able to actually use it for the don't we get 5 stacks or no? Am I crazy? Do I just completely misunderstand her defense skill? Oh no, it just upgrades. It actually doesn't generate the stacks. Hi, did you get your TikTok account back? No, not yet. Still in the process. We might never get it back. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I mean, I think even people that have like 100,000 followers on TikTok have not been able to recover their accounts after it got hacked. So I don't know if our little 1,000 follower TikTok really has a decent chance, but you know, you win some, you lose some. It is how it is. There you go. If we aren't able to get back the TikTok account within like a week, then I'll probably just make a new one and then just re-upload everything that's on there. And honestly, like, it is hard right now to have the time to make the TikToks. That's why I had mentioned, so I made that thing in the Discord. The new text channel called the clip submissions, where you guys can submit your favorite clips from the stream. And then, like, at the end of each week, I think it would be fun to go through them all and just, like, watch them back. And then it also helps me because that means that I can just use those as the clips that we upload to TikTok. Because honestly, the biggest part of these guys can inflict paralysis. What is wrong with you people? If targets SPs below 15 deal extra damage, they're targeting my Enclair. The hardest part of making shorts content and TikTok content is just like scrubbing through VODs and actually finding the good parts. So it'd be like a joint partnership between me and you guys. You guys submit the funny clips. We look at them together. We laugh at the funny clips. You guys get a little bit of a shout out for being the one that submitted it. And then I turn those into TikToks. We get more exposure. Alright, more people hop on the stream. I get to talk to more people. You guys make some new friends. It's a win-win-win for everybody involved. We just have to... We have to invade mainstream Limbus company media. Because now that I'm aware of the fact that they have like partnerships with like other games, like they're adding who is Limbus partnering up with for there's like another game that they're adding IDs from that game into Limbus, right? Didn't we talk about that? It's like Knights something. But if that's the case, if they're willing to add things that are not technically like part of the lore, Knights, that was the one. Then, you know, maybe it's on the table to have Devin Block's ID/ego in the game. Wouldn't that be sick? Devin Block's ID, it'd be like Monster Legends when they added like the Vanoss monster and the Aisho Delirious monster. It'd be a dream come true. I don't even need any of the proceeds. I don't want any money for Project Moon. I just want Devin Block's Gregor. I mean, who would they give it to? If we were to get a D-Block's ID, who would it go on? I mean, it's probably Gregor, right? Although, I mean, I can't really rock the ponytail. But out of everybody here, and especially considering that half the cast is female, that, you know, gets rid of a decent bit of them. Yisong. D-Block's Yisong? I mean, honestly, if Yisong had had brown hair. I could see it. There's a bit of resemblance there. Heathcliff is a bit more jacked than I am, I must say. That's kind of the only reason I ruled Heathcliff out. And he's a bit, you know, he's got a big build. You know, we don't have the biggest build in the world. But Heathblocks would be pretty sick. I will give you that. The name works really well. Because you can either have Devon Song, Yeeblocks, or Heathblocks. Or Devoncliff. I think these actually are the two main contenders. I would love to have a Gregor skin, but also just know, you know, what is it? It's Gregor Blocks? Come on now. You could do better than that. Greg Blocks. He's also British. That's a good point. But isn't Yisong Korean? Are there any There's no Americans, are there? Oh, well, Ishmael is. Because she's from Moby Dick. Ishmael Blocks? Ishmael Blocks ID? I'll take it. Don't we have a box left over? Yeah, we do have an Ink of Valen box. Keep moving forward. I didn't realize that we were just fighting more guys. I should have done all that when I was still talking. Ishmael. 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 Ish blocks. I just don't know if it would fit though. Although it seems like the characters' personalities kind of get thrown out the window in their IDs. Is that true? Like, the characters that have and that's kind of, maybe that's not true, because these are supposed to be like alternate realities, that they different like futures and stuff, that where the different characters could have ended up. That's what the IDs are supposed to be. But a lot of times, like, they don't necessarily even seem like how they normally act. At least to me. Like, Princess Rodion, whenever we went through her Uptie story, was not giving off any type of Rodion vibes. Like, Rodion's very laid back, relaxed, like, not serious. Princess Rodion was not like that at all. She wasn't making any jokes, you know, like anything like that. And same with like Faust. Like Faust Uptie story. She is such an edge case, please ignore that. Okay. But even like the Faust one, I mean, I guess it kind of was similar. Well, no, like Hong Lu, that's another one. All of our Hong Lu IDs, he is not the easygoing happy man. He's like a little bit insane. Maybe Hong Lu's actually already a little bit insane right now, I just haven't realized it yet. But like his Fang Hunt skin, or not skin, it's funny, his ID, he was almost a completely different character. You know what I'm saying? I guess they are. They are still supposed to be the same people. They're just supposed to be like different realities. I don't know what reality would have led Heathcliff or Ishmael to starting a YouTube channel and start streaming on it and naming themselves Heath Blocks or Ishmael Blocks, but I'll leave that up to the Project Moon writers, like I was discussing earlier. Devin, how are you enjoying the Malfaust ID? Very much. It's very, very good. It's very handy to have. So they were mermaids. Yeah, whoever sailed on the ship, they're probably too distracted by the party to realize that they broke a law of the lake, so they end up getting devoured by a whale. And this deserted ship is the aftermath. Even if we stick to every single law of the lake, depending on the type of its waves, getting too close to a ship that broke the law could get us swept up in the aftermath. Their single lapse of judgment led to this chilling catastrophe. I remember Ishmael looking into the lake, muttering to herself. I also remember the rough, biting words she threw at us. This was the reality of the Great Lake that Ishmael survived before joining us. A place where even the smallest mistake could mean total annihilation. A place where one must struggle endlessly to survive the terrible unknown. So this was the kind of path Ishmael sailed before joining us. If only I'd known, then maybe I could have been more understanding of her. I keep going back to my quarrel with Ishmael back at the boat work because I can't stop thinking about
내려온
it.
인어들은 처리했지만
We have dispatched the mermaids that ascended onto the deck, but lingering any longer may draw the rest of them to us.
파티는 끝났다.
This party is
복귀하도록
over.
하지.
Let's return to our ship. We left the cruise ship as fast as we could. After they're loving this after an indeterminate amount of time screen. Aaron says Mersault already has a streamer ID? As in one where he just is a streamer, or it's actually made after a certain popular Limbus streamer. Goodbye, Yan. We gotta get it. We gotta get streamer Mersault. So we didn't find anything. I made the wrong call. I shouldn't have made such a rash decision. Yes, Sync Mersault. He's a streamer. Kaji. Well, I thought that was the one that we have for Otis, and she's like one of the Three Musketeers. She's got like the rapier and like the little hat on with the feather coming out. I don't really know anything about the Sync Association. I don't think we've ever met them, to my knowledge.
살아남았으면.
It's okay. At least we're still alive. And that was that. Ishmael didn't say any more.
그래도 물자는 더 챙길 수
It's
있었어.
fortunate, however, that we procured ourselves some ration for the journey ahead.
어이, 레이더 상에
Hey, the
아까
raiders
잡히지
caught
않았다는
something.
커다란 것이
It's
잡힌대.
large.
좌표의 중앙과
That is very
현재에
close to the
가깝네요.
center of the coordinates.
그렇다면 이 점이
And the dot on the radar has to be
일부의 로보토미 지구.
Lobotomy Corp branch of District 21.
잠깐 밖에서
I'm
바람 좀
going out
쐬고
for some
올게.
air. Ishmael slowly returned to the spot by the ship's railings where she stood muttering to herself. For a moment I wondered if I should follow her like I did earlier, but maybe she wanted some time alone to think about some things. I decided to leave her be.
정신
Get your
없어.
shit together.
자꾸 감정을 내비쳐서는 안 돼.
Bury your feelings from them.
내 단 하나의
I
목표를
have a mission I
이루기
must see through to the end.
작사를 그렇게
My one and
바라는데.
only mission. I've sharpened my harpoon for that singular moment. I have to be colder, harsher.
나에게는
I have a mission
꼭
that I
이루어야 할
can't fail.
목표를 방해하는 것들.
And if anything even dares
방해가 되는
to
것들.
stand in my way, I'll... You'll what? What will you do?
피분수가
You will stab them like you
폭풍같이
stabbed-
흘렀어.
Like you stabbed Dante?
아니야, 이렇게 크게 웃으면 안 돼.
Why so
아름다움을
serious,
잃지 않게.
Ishmael?
그리고
아, 저거겠군.
Ooh, we're in the green zone. We're in the green zone, the toxic waste zone. Ah, there it is.
우리의
Our
목적지.
destination. The
유사
Lobotomy Corp branch of U-Corp.
파일럿이가 말씀하신
You think they're still there?
생존자분들
The survivor's pilot mentioned.
살수 있는 시간은 충분하오.
Unless aught has transpired
저기
since then,
없었다면
we still have time aplenty. Oh, it's like an oil rig, but just out in the middle of the ocean, of the lake. As Sinclair and Yisang shared their thoughts, the large structure loomed ever closer, out of the mist and into our line of sight. It's like we're in the Gulf of America.
어,
Oh, creepy. Every sinner, save for Ryoshu, froze. That's the Lobotomy Corp branch.
좌표 범위에서 한없이
We
중앙에
are close as it
가까운
is physically possible to be to the center of the area delineated by the coordinates. The structure's size and appearance match the intel we received as well. Oh, the sight was enough to shut everyone up. The hope that there may be any survivors in this structure was far too optimistic a notion for what appeared before us.
흰 물체들의 사이로 로보토미
I observed the
코퍼레이션의
Lobotomy Corp logo, but between them white materials.
그럼 진짜로
So that's
저게-
really... Only the smeared logo of the Lobotomy Corp branch glistened amidst pounds of pallid, blasphemous white. This was the undeniable reality we found ourselves in. Yeah, what is with the... Why is it so veiny? Why is it so veiny and girthy? What's up with the Lobotomy Corp oil rig? What are these? And the ominous dark tentacles rising behind the back of it.
대체 무슨 일을 겪으면
What the hell happened here?
파일럿 씨의 이야기대로라면
Pilot said that the last thing that the Twin Hook pirates said before leaving this place was, the calamity is coming, wasn't it? Oh, this is what they were on. That's right. Sorry, my brain wasn't working
일을
at full
시작한 지 얼마
capacity.
되지 않았을 적의 일이
This is where the big brother was.
생체 조직이 들러붙은 분위기가
It's probably nothing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the giant, ominous tentacles of dark horrors. Dark, ominous, Lovecraftian horrors. This sight summons to my mind memories from the earlier days of this company. The manner in which the organic tissues are plastered over the walls is quite reminiscent of that experience.
Tisa
Back at the
지부대?
D Corp branch, right? I
그때처럼
hope there's no poison gas trap or anything like that in there.
당시에는 배신자가 있었던
At D
것뿐이다.
Corp, there was a traitor in our
이번
midst.
상황과 비교하자
Thus, it would be a
적합한
false
비교군이 아니다.
equivalency to use that experience to gauge the intensity of this mission. Yeah, I don't think it'll be much better here. Not worse.
그럼 파일럿 씨의
Pilot's team is already...
가 되진 않았으면
We should consider them lucky if they haven't been turned into mermaids. So the calamity was... The calamity the pilot mentioned didn't destroy the Lobotomy Corp branch. It transformed this place into something uncanny. Something so grotesque that total obliteration would have been preferable to whatever happened here.
세상에는
Well, destruction isn't the only kind of calamity in this world.
이
The
대호수에서
Great Lake is home to 5
5 가지
calamities.
재앙이
Well,
존재.
4 now, I suppose.
무슨 뜻이야?
Whatever do you mean?
뜻은
I meant that
참
you'll
알게 될 거야.
find out soon enough.
아무리 조심하고
It won't matter how careful you are.
찾아오는 법이에요.
At the Great Lake, the
그것 때문에
calamities will always
규칙대로
find you.
움직이지 않아도 되는
The laws
힘을
of the Great
가져서
Lake don't apply to
불행도
them,
찾아오니까요.
making it impossible to predict their patterns.
지금은 그
And now,
재앙이 넘기고
the time to
간
row your
지구에서
way into the ruins of the calamity
직접
left
너를
behind.
로보토미 지부는
Take the skiff to the Lobotomy Corp branch.
족배를
It's on the lake
타고
adjacent to this one.
만일의 상황을
I'll be keeping my
대비해
distance and watching from this lake just in case of emergency. Isn't that exactly why you should be coming with us?
저 양반 속
Who knows what the guide bud's thinking, eh? After a quick tinkering from Faust, the skiff tied to the side of Meepy began its slow descent. It's the same skiff we used to get to the cruise ship.
배는 여러모로 자주 쓰게 되네요.
Getting a lot of use out of this boat.
조망만 해서
I don't trust
아까도
this
그랬지만 영
dinghy.
미덥지
It's
않단
too
말이지.
small. The small engine on the skiff revved gently, and our short, sputtering journey to the Lobotomy Corp branch began.
호수에는 원래
Are lakes
안개가
usually this
많이 끼나요?
foggy? The lake earlier was pretty misty too.
주의하는 것이 좋겠어.
We must remain vigilant. Fogged up horizons are climate quite ripe for an ambush. Forsooth, 'tis the #1 rule of adventuring tales. There was a growing sense of trepidation among the sinners as we climbed the pale membrane-enveloped stairs leading up to the Lobotomy Corp
어때
ranch.
단테? 황금까지
Hey Dante, can you
느껴져?
sense it? The Golden Bough? Not yet. You sure
확실해?
about that? Rhodey was visibly disappointed. Maybe she was half hoping that I'd tell her that the Golden Bough wasn't here, so we should turn around and head right back to Mifi. I know I'm the worrywart of the team whenever we gotta check out places like this, but I have a real bad feeling about this, guys. The closer we got to the entrance, the more reluctant the sinners' gates became, as though they were growing increasingly wary that some unseen enemy could ambush them at any
뭐 하자는
second.
거죠? 안 될
What's the
건가요?
holdup? Aren't you coming? Don't you feel it? This dread. I thought it would affect you most. You're the one who spent years on the lake after all.
안 갈
So
건가요?
that's what's stopping you? It's...
안 갈 사람은 여기에서 기다리던가요.
by the entrance if you're not going.
아저씨,
What did you expect, mate? I've given up talking sense to her a while ago. I thought she'd gotten a bit more cooperative as of late. Guess I was wrong.
가긴 가야지.
Well, we do have to go. Ishmael appeared to be the only sinner uninterested in the Golden Bough. The Golden Bough, the unfathomable, bone-chilling horrors of the lake. I was starting to believe that she considered all of that nothing but obstacles between her and her mission.
건물 전체를 덮고 있는 이 흰색 점막
Oh
같은
no! Look at the Limbo boys on the wall! Dude, thank God Pilot got out of there. Jesus. Wait, but why are we not detecting the Golden Bough yet? Doesn't Dante usually had a pretty good sense of when we were near the Golden Bough? I feel like he should be picking it up by now. But maybe this pale mucus membrane covering the entirety of this structure.
곰팡이
Some kind of
같은
mold,
걸까요?
maybe?
뭐
IF.
균류라고 하기에는 다른
To
특징들을
identify it as fungi would require it to exhibit characteristics unlike the ones we can observe here.
내가 봐도
I agree.
균류의
They don't appear to be
형태로 보이지
fungi. In fact,
살아있는 생체 조직으로
they
보여.
appear to be made of organic,
혈관이
living
마구잡이로
flesh
생긴 것
tissue.
같은 느낌.
See the blood vessels here. They've grown into random shapes without purpose or intent.
어이가 없군.
Ridiculous.
이렇게
I am surrounded by
들은 말
IF.
무슨 의미지?
What do you mean?
혼돈에서 피어난 작품.
Art relying on the chaos of existence cannot create patterns such as these.
전체를 바라 멈춰.
Look at the big picture, fool.
전체를 생각한다면
Gazing upon the big
필요치 않은
picture,
담론으로
I only see a
힘만
pointless disputation that does not but waste our vigor.
그대들도
You do not
멈출
intend to
생각은
stall, no?
아니잖은가.
See thither.
저기
Ishmael already
이스마엘은
walks at a fair distance
이미
away from us. Wait, what was she even trying to get at? What was Yoshi saying? She's saying there's some artistic background to what's going on with the
피를 머금을
the
시간이네.
veins going on? Dante losing his powers. Is that what it is? Is it as we're collecting more golden boughs? Because it seemed like Dante's powers were increasing. Because he started to gain the ability to see the memories or like the pivotal moments of the other sinners' lives. Like what we saw with Sinclair and Ishmael. Maybe he's losing the power to detect the golden boughs, but he's gaining the power of love and friendship. Maybe. Don Quixote had stopped dead in her tracks. She was looking blankly at a section of the wall.
흥미로운 거라도 발견한 거야, 꼬맹이?
See anything interesting, kiddo?
여기
Here,
벽에
in the wall.
사람이
There
들어있어.
is a person in this wall.
모형
Oh,
아니야?
maybe it's a sculpture?
모형이 이렇게나
If
생동감을
there's
가질
anyone
수
capable of
있다면
sculpting something so
내가
true to life as
무릎 꿇고
this,
제자로
I'll drop
드리려고
everything and
하겠어.
plead the artist to take me in as their student. Are they the people Pilate was looking for?
이보시오! 괜찮은 것인가?
Oh, heed my words! No, Don, don't speak to the dead wall people!
거기에 말을 왜 거는 거야?
Why the heck would you talk to it?
이것 보시오!
Behold, this man is alive!
진짜
Oh, this is the
나
worst.
이렇게
This is
소화
the
안 되는 기분
absolute
느끼는 거
worst.
오랜만이야.
It's making me real queasy. Is it keeping them alive in the wall? Dude, this is like Soma. Have any of you guys ever played Soma? Where like the organic technology that was like built into the site, like the dive site, was like pumping people's organs and like keeping them alive.
이보게들
Hark, mine friends, this man is alive. We must free him from this bond post haste.
그러고 싶어도
Even if we
이미 늦은
wanted
것
to,
같기도 하네요.
looks like it's a bit late for him.
잘라내지 않고서 꺼내놓을
Total
방법이 있나
disassembly is the
싶어.
only way I see it ever getting out of there. Well, by now we should be getting used to these failures.
벽에 박혀 있다.
The body is firmly lodged in the walls. No ordinary human strength could separate his body from
하지만
it.
일반적이지 않은
With
힘으로
superhuman strength,
반드시
he
이들의
risks tearing the
형체가
body to
부서진다.
several parts.
살수 없는
Why, this is an evil that cannot go unanswered.
억지로 쑤셔넣은 흔적은 없어 보인다.
Impressive. There's no sign of anyone forcing it into the
아주
walls. This is
자연스럽게
quite a natural
전시되어
exhibition,
원래
as though this was
이렇게 태어났던
this was how it was
것처럼
conceived from the very beginning.
이번에야말로
We thought
구할 수 있을
I thought it
거라고.
would be different this time. We made a
약속까지
promise,
했는데.
gave our word. Unlike the other sinners, Ishmael didn't even spare a glance at those that were trapped within the walls.
관리자님, 저것들을 쳐다보고
Manager,
있다고
Staring
방금
at
가지가
them will
나타나는
magically
것도
summon the
아닌데
golden bow to your
전진하자고
palms.
말씀 좀 하시죠.
Say something we can, so we can get a move on. I guess there's nothing we can do for them still.
저는 누누이 말했어요.
I've said repeatedly that I don't want to waste time.
호수의 규칙을 신경 쓰지
You don't have to worry about the laws of the lake here. So why don't we make this a more leisurely...
가도 역시
Sure, look around all you want, but you won't find any survivors here.
잊지
A
않은다.
testament against thy claim is right here.
살아있는 척하는
Those
것들이잖아.
things aren't really alive. They're only pretending to be.
이건 아무리 봐도 그것이고
I recognize
그것이
these.
지나간 자리에
They're ruin left behind
걱정한
by
사람이
the
있을
thing.
없고.
The thing that leaves nothing unchanged in its wake.
그것은
It could swallow the world in a blink of an
순식간에
eye,
모든 걸
but it also
집어삼키기도
spews
하지만
it back out just as quickly. And what it spews out
그렇게 토해내는
never
것은
comes back right. Isn't it funny? If it's
웃기잖아요.
going to spew it out anyway, what's the
그렇게
point of
뱉어놓고는
devouring it in the first
왜
place?
마주하는 온갖
I
것을
don't
다 삼키려고
understand.
하는지조차
Why does it try to devour everything it comes across? Are you talking about the same whale you mentioned before?
그 어떤 모험담에도
In
그런
no tales of
어마무시한
adventure have I
고래에
heard
대한
one
이야기는
mention of
없었어.
such a terrifying whale. Is it
준비가 더 필요하다고 말할 때
truly
듣지
a whale?
적어도
And why didn't you listen when I told all of you that we weren't ready? If you did, at least we could have been in the right headspace for the lake, but no. So you're saying that the whale you met devoured this building?
네,
Yes. How can you be so sure of
그
that?
고래가 지나온 모든 길은
Because this pale rune is what
지금처럼
that whale leaves behind.
하얀 모습으로
Everything
뒤덮이니까요.
turns pallid, like this building. They're talking to us?
거수자 발견.
I have visual on a suspicious individual.
환상체일까요?
Maybe it's an abnormality.
여기가
We're in a Lobotomy
로보토미
Corp branch
지구인
after all.
그래. 차라리
Yeah, let's
환상체라고
just say that's what it is and chop it down.
잠깐,
Wait a minute.
잠깐만요.
That might be a survivor.
뭐지? 이
Well,
안에
didn't you
인간은
say there
남아있을
won't be any
리
survivors
없다잖아.
left here? Which is it?
그래서
I did, and that's why it's so incredible.
어이,
Hey! Ishmael, you shouldn't get so close to... Ishmael strides towards the figure.
이스마엘 씨가 뭔가 환상체
Maybe she's
같은
being mind
정신적인
controlled by an
것을
abnormality?
징후는 없었다.
No such signs have been detected.
지극히
There was nothing out of the ordinary in her eyes. What happened to you, buddy? The closer Ishmael gets, the more of the figure's body is taken over by the pallid off-white membrane. The voice grows increasingly incoherent.
말도 안 돼.
That's impossible. Just now it was talking, like a human. Ishmael,
봤잖아요.
you saw it too just now. Ishmael, you have to get away from... No, this can't be real. What I've known my whole life about this place is
알고 있는 게
about the Great Lake.
지금은 감정의 동요가
She's
발생.
experiencing heightened emotions. Is she resonating with whatever's here, the Golden Bough or whatever the hell? Damn it, Ishmael. I could have asked one of the sinners to stop her, but before I even realized what I was doing, I was running towards Ishmael. I think it was guilt that pushed me to act. Guilt that I may have played a part in driving Ishmael to this
Dante.
point.
그대가 나서서는
Dante, you mustn't. Oh. But guilt can sometimes help. The figure's face shifted again when I approached Ishmael. The white membrane covering their face begins to withdraw, as though an unseen force is peeling it off the skin. The mouth didn't come back, but the eyes that looked at us were unmistakably human-shaped. They were blinking, with effort.
되돌아왔어.
The membrane is gone?
관리자님이 가까이
This-
다가가니까
When you approached it, this damn white membrane, it faded.
가지에 의한 중화작용으로
It appears that the Golden Bough is counteracting its effects. Faust approached us.
머릿속에 있는
Dante,
그 황금가지의
It appears that the shard of the Golden Bough lodged into your clock is counteracting the infection of this
효과가 있는 것 같습니다.
palidification effect to a degree. So it's us, it's not her. It's not Ishmael. We're the ones that we're like resonating with what's going on with the whale boys. The figure, whose mouth was still wrapped under a pallid membrane, blinks wearily, as though they could understand what we were saying.
성화요?
Counteracting?
아니,
Wait, so with a golden bough,
이 인어가
a mermaid can turn back into a human. Is that what you're saying?
돌아올 수
Did I
있다고.
get that right, Faust?
충분한
Well,
검증.
that theory has not been properly cross-examined.
가능성
Just tell me if it's possible. Though it was curt. I never heard such intense desperation in her voice before.
네.
Yes,
적어도
although it may be
이곳을 먹고
limited to
지나갔다고
mermaids of the
추정되는
whale that
고래의
presumably
인어들은
devoured this structure. Manager,
관리자.
Dante, Just what are you?
누구였고요.
Realizing that there was something I could have done. The memories of that day, the nightmare that I tried so hard to lock away. They're coming back right before my eyes. I can see them, vomited from that whale, sinking, floating in the briny sea. All of them. Ishmael looked at me with a vacant expression. You hear it too, don't you? You hear how the waves roared that day. Ishmael was right. Emotions of the past began flooding, roaring before me. Ishmael, she stands alone in a sea of tall, rolling waves. I nodded carefully. Once, I was a seafarer, a fixer, a sailor. I was something in that awkward middle ground, which we called whalers. Do you understand? No, do you see them? Do you see the looks on the face of those who dared to wager everything, and those who had nothing left to wager? Whaling ships carry people like them across the waters. So you've seen it yourself. The whale that devoured this place? The whales we've met so far transformed those they devoured into something completely different, into something utterly unrecognizable from those they were before by rearranging and replacing their whole body. But that whale is different. Those devoured by the pallid whale aren't transformed. They're still themselves, just wrapped in a pale membrane. I guess it's a stretch to say that they're still themselves. Sometimes we'd sail our ship towards the outskirts. There we'd see those ships, those false ships. The ships that have turned completely pallid. An old wisdom among whalers that those ships must be avoided at all costs, even if it meant going all the way around the lake they're in. Because the sailors consumed by the whale retain everything. Their habits, their skills. As if they wander the lake only to attack everything they come across. The captain of the Pequod. Our ship. Oh, that's what the ID was. Pequod Yisung was on Ishmael's ship? She had a mission. To hunt that pallid whale with her own two hands. The entire time we sailed on the Pequod, she sermonized our ears off about what a worthy, honorable mission it was to hunt the whale. It was annoying. We knew that she wasn't exactly all there, but no. Maybe she just knew how to sink the rest of us to the depths of her insanity. Her mission soon became our very own. To hunt that pallid whale became our salvation, our destiny. That captain drove everyone on that ship mad. When the time finally came to face that whale, the whale from which all hatred, all evils of the world spout, we were promptly crushed, devoured, reduced to a scattered pile of driftwood. When I came to, floating in the vast coldness of the sea, holding onto my dear life to a piece of driftwood, there was nothing left. Nothing. When I realized what I was holding onto wasn't a piece of driftwood, but That's why I can never forgive her. At a certain point, this stopped being a conversation. Ishmael's words grew increasingly aimless like a vortex of the sea, endlessly whirling in a place. Now it was clear what Ishmael's mission was, where the tip of her razor-sharp harpoon aimed. It was aimed at the captain that drove them all to damnation. An overwhelming tide of hatred and obsession burned fiercely in her direction. I'm going to kill her with my own two hands. There was no room for reason or rationality to convince her otherwise. I suppose bringing up that I saw from Ishmael's obsession, a glimpse of her old captain, won't do anything to help her right now. Ishmael, we don't even know if that captain is still alive. I was desperately hanging on to my best mate's coffin. The coffin of someone with whom I'd shared everything. That's when I, through the tempest, saw the captain. I saw that ever standing there, facing down the whale as it devoured her ship, laughing mad. Her fiercely loyal crew were floating on the surface of the outskirts sea, powerless to do anything but wait until they too were devoured. But none of that mattered to her. That bastard is still alive. She has to be alive still. She has to be. So I have to find her. We have to. Not before we kill the captain. Ishmael, I wanted to ask her which we she was referring to, but I was starting to think that nothing I could say would improve anything if it didn't outright bring everything crashing down. That was when an imperceptibly light breeze broke through the silence. A solitary butterfly. It moved with a grace tinged with fragility, as though it did not fear the weight of this heavy silence. It took a moment to gently flutter onto a puddle.
나비네요.
That is a butterfly.
보통의
Think an
나비가
ordinary
이런
butterfly
곳을
would wander into a
날아다니고
place
있을
like
거라고
this? After a quick respite, the butterfly fluttered its wings and took off once again.
마치 따라오라는
It's
것
like
같아요.
the butterfly is asking us to follow.
한성체가 코빼기도 안 보이더니 드디어 나타난 건가?
It is an abnormality. Finally, I was wondering when they show their ugly mugs. It's just like when we were in the bunkers in Fear and Hunger. How is there so much crossover? How is there so much Funger crossover? What's going on here? I don't understand. I don't understand what's going. Is this intentional? Might be a trap, but we're lost. It's the only thing with any sense of direction we have at the moment.
찬성하겠어.
I am in agreement.
나 개인에게
I am also quite intrigued by the butterfly.
이들은 계속
What do you think they
무슨
are
말을 하는
saying?
뭐라 하고 있지는
I have been
않았어.
lending them my ear, yet none has yet to reach me.
일정한 규칙성을 띠고 있긴 하지만 해석은 불가능하고.
What if there was a funeral of them? A funeral of possibly dead butterflies.
And everything's white here. And Ishmael mentioned a coffin. What? They are speaking in a certain pattern, though I am unable to decipher it.
일종의 부호 같은
It is a
느낌이죠.
code of sorts,
음파와 암호
a mix of
패턴을
sound
체계로
frequencies and
활용하고 있으니까요.
encryption patterns. Don Quixote was at the far back end of the line, looking back at the figure. I suppose it is true that without Madger Esquire, there could be no resolution of thy predicament. When I walked away, the pallid membrane grew over their face again, burying it, and it began to shamble. Is it as Ishmael said? Will they now roam the Great Lake, attacking everyone and everything they come across? Not only their physical sense, but also their sense of self, forgotten deep under the pallid membrane. We can save them. Wait, why are they fighting us now? Can't Dante just walk up to these people and they won't fight us? Politified Thing Hook and Thing Pirate. Alright, what do you guys even do? Oh my god. Gains 2 offense level and defense level for every living politified ally. At 10% of max HP, inflict 20 SP damage on hit and inflict 1 pallid noise next turn, then dies. If this unit dealt the final blow, apply 1 protection, 2 defense level up to all allies. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. Oh my god. Sorry, I've got the yawns. But I guess it's because I was gonna say, but that them getting extra defense and attack level for each politified individual. Yeah, and it's not focus battle. Because obviously it would be in our best interest to kill like one at a time, but we can't really do that. But I think that we should be okay. I think we should be strong enough to take him down. Hello, man. Twin hooks are just haters down to their bones. I guess, maybe it's just like this. We did remove the membrane, although they do look a little membraned up right now. They got the membrane drip going on. But maybe it's just their twin hook personalities showing through their membrification, their politification. Hello, nothing. That may be the only explanation. But thank God we have Heishao Faust. Adept branch, whatever the hell you call it.
What the hell is that? What the hell? Oh, it's a mermaid.
Oh my god, I have crazy yawns going on right now. Hello, mermaid. But you guys are not mermaids. So why do some of them become mermaids and some don't? I thought Ishmael said that the pallid whale doesn't mermidify the people it devours. No? What's going on there? I'll take on the mermaids though. Wait, what if the big brother is gonna be politified? We have to fight him. What Canto is 7 on? We're on Canto 5 right now. That would be sick. He's gonna like be a buffed up version of what the big brother would be. Or maybe like we're gonna fight him while he's in normal big brother form. And then he's gonna like, the whale is gonna come out, eat him, spit him back out, and we're gonna have to fight him in his solidified form. That would be so sick. We'll have to see. It's 5:30, right? I think the 30th stage is where we fight the big boy. Although I don't know if we have enough lunacy to get there. Lake in the butterfly. We keep pushing.
Full speed ahead.
Is it really quiet for anyone else, or is it just me? It got really way quieter for me. Can anybody attest to what Yasha's saying? Politified Thing Shield. The enemy designs here are really cool. I mean, obviously they're just LCCB agents that got the membranes on them, but I do like the mermaid designs. They're pretty cool. We push forward. Aaron says, I agree, it's noticeable. What the hell? Why would the entire... Oh, okay, I restarted stream, it's good now? Okay, we're good. See, that's the worst part of also being a scuff streamer, is you don't know if the scuff is on your end or on like YouTube's end or what. Yes, I do know that you can use lunacy to get more Incavalin. I am aware. I was just hoping to like not have to, since we're already so close to the big boy, big brother boss fight. We call that the BBBBB. B? 6 B's? Big brother, big boy boss. Oh, actually that'd be the BBBBF. Is what we call that in the biz. But I don't know how much because it is nice that they don't make you spend Incavalin on the complete dialogue portions of the Canto. So like, depending on how many of those are in between here and the big boy boss fight, we might be able to just make by with like one little Incavalin reload, which would be nice. Yeah, I mean, we are saving for Walpurgis Night, but it's not expensive. It's not that expensive to use a little bit of lunacy to get some Incavalin. We still have yet to do it though. But that was our last Incavalin box that we just used earlier when we ran out. That's why I need to get into the habit of, because I don't know how the manager level scales. I need to get in the habit of off stream just farming Incavalin modules, because we can bank a ton of Incavalin by doing the Luxcavations at the beginning of stream and then leveling up to that like goes over the cap, and then use that to push through the rest of the stages, you know? But I haven't been doing that, so I need to get in the habit of doing that. Because how long does it take for Inca-Fallon to refill? I could probably farm like what 20 modules a day or something.
불길 속으로
10 per hour. Oh wow. Okay, so more like probably more closer to like 10 modules then. It costs 20 Inca-Fallon to do one module. So yeah, okay, makes sense.
점점 인어들의 숫자가
Mermaids, I
적어지고
think there's
있어.
less of them now. Someone stood there waiting for us. We must have arrived here much earlier than we have. Quite the arduous journey you've endured. The butterfly we were following folded its wings and settled gently into his sloshing head. What the hell are you? You look like you would know some of the guys in the Reverberation ensemble. You would fit right in, buddy. I might have to introduce you to them. You would be a great addition. The figure's voice was clear and precise, unlike that of the mermaids. And not like an abnormality.
멀쩡한 생존자는 없을
I
거라고
didn't
했는데.
expect to find any unharmed survivors. No, wait, is he a distortion?
시계대가리.
Wait, Clockhead, you friends with that bullhead?
뒤틀림이면 그
A distortion, like
똘붕이네
that Bing Bong's bar and Friar's owner from earlier? I see that many of you are rather flummoxed by my appearance. This is but one of the many ways one may choose to understand the journey that is the world. So please do not be so wary. Oh, thy head splishes and splashes so. Under the night sky where the stars have gone out, I await the coming dawn. Call me Rim.
통성명할 생각은 없으니.
We're not here to introduce ourselves, so don't we cut to the chase. Explain yourself. You must have some reason for coming to this mad mermaid-infested
뚜렷한 문명
place.
시추선에 정박해 있는 건 우리가 타고 온 보트.
And we
단
didn't
한
see any other
척뿐이니까.
boat than our own by the docks of the structure, so explain how you have no need of ships should I wish to cross the ocean. I'm simply here to have a look at all of you.
와, 인기가
Wow,
많아진 기분인걸요?
we're really starting to put our name out there. You are those who follow the Boughs' golden ray.
그걸 알면서 우리를 보러 왔다는
Okay, if you're here to see us knowing what we're looking
설마
for.
그거야?
No way, are you about to tell us where the golden bough is? Oh, isn't that obvious that he's here to stop us from... Yes, indeed I am. Man, I'm really off my game. To seek the bough within this structure is to understand the futility of time. I still can't sense the golden bough this deep into the branch. There was truth to what he said. The bough was no longer here.
그렇다면 어디로 가야 한다는 것인가?
Then to where must we journey? I'm certain you are already aware of there are parties other than your own that are interested in the Boughs. You have surrendered one to them after toiling for it, in fact.
어떻게
How
그것까지
did
아는
you
거죠?
know that? The whale, once fated to roam the outskirts for all eternity, is now drawn by that same incandescent, gilded calling.
황금 가지로 인해
You're saying that the whale came from the outskirts all the way to the great lake of Yuko for the golden bough? Quite. And swallowed this structure whole with that delicate bough. The abnormalities here have also left with that magnificent yet fragile whale, drawn by that self-same calling. What you seek is no longer to be found here. We're gonna have to go in the whale!
그런 정보를 왜 저희에게 알려주시는 걸까요?
Excuse me? Why are you sharing this information with us? Matters not who lays claim upon the golden bough, or to what end they use it. It is no more than a mere fluttering of wings. We simply seek to steer the echoes of that fluttering towards a better direction.
우리?
We?
누굴 말하는 거지?
Who are you talking about? We are those who watch all, those who bide the time, those who will be sovereigns of a star. Yet we are those who cannot all embody the same star. A red mark briefly flashed on his head. I've seen that mark before.
지켜본다라.
Those who watch, you say? Yisong shot a silent gaze in Rim's direction. Rim,
그렇다면 그대는
have you also watched the breaking of the League then? Have you any idea of what fate has befallen our old fellows?
그 또한
I do.
지켜보기만
Yet you have done naught but observe.
이상 씨, 혹시
Is he one of your old friends, Yisong?
그대들도 잠시 겪었던
Part of
면면이야.
my life that you have witnessed afore.
구인회가 분열될
One of
때
those who left when the League of Nine scattered into the
줄
winds.
내게는 바다로
You have
간다
last uttered to me that you would journey to the ocean yet. Indeed. Wait, he's from the League? How does bro have so many connections? Mr. Bullhead. Indeed, I was one of them. Once. I shall answer your question, Yisong. You ask whether I have done naught but watch. That is a question born of vacuity. For you, the League is dead. Yet for some, its death was but a beginning. I am certain that you are well aware of that yourself. When does something end? When does something begin? The distinction is arbitrary and signifies naught. The shattering of the League was the beginning for Brother Youngji as well.
그래.
I see.
일찌감치
You cast it aside
내가
long
버렸다는 것이지.
time ago. My eyes were simply open to the stem of this world. The singular, yet all-important stem. He's the person that Faust was talking as in the dungeon, I think. When was that? I don't really remember that. I do remember something about the dungeon in Faust, though. Once your eyes are open to it, everything else becomes as hollow as the fall of wilted
이거 하나만
petals.
대답해 주세요.
I just need to know one thing.
당신의 말대로
If the golden boughs inside the whale that devoured this place, if the golden boughs can
이
really
백화 현상을
somehow counteract the
덜어주는 게
palatification effects. Ishmael's breathing was quick and light. She couldn't finish her sentence. It can be said that, indeed, what you believe, what you wish to be true, is correct.
그렇군요.
I see. Wait, what is she thinking? That the golden bough inside the whale is gonna free the people that it devoured? In the Canto IV dungeon, the sinners were acting as the old League. Oh! So the person that Faust was acting as. Got you. Okay. Got you. I hope I have been a useful signpost to you all.
또 어디론가 다름
Where do
아닌가.
you seek to depart again? I was once a mere pond who only knew where the sea, the rivers, and the city were. Now I seek to reach there with my wings. That is all.
잠깐. 그런 정보를
Stop right
아는 놈
there.
호락호락
You know
보내줄
too
것
much.
같은가?
Think we're about to let you leave just like that? Pity. Try as you might to hold me, now I flow betwixt your fingers. Well then. With that, he stepped in the puddle and disappeared into its depths. Wait, this guy's kinda cool. Random guy from the League became a distortion, is living his own life out there in the water? Becoming one with the sea?
살아갈 수 있겠군요.
I'm digging it. I like it. Okay, y'all. I really did want to push to 5:30 here so that we could get to that boss fight. I am about to pass out. I am so insanely tired. Like, I actually feel like I'm on the edge of fainting right now. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. I just need to acclimate to the whole getting off of work and then hopping on stream thing. But oh my god. I am a tired boy. The boss might take a bit anyhow. Well, yeah, I want to get up to the boss and then be able to start next stream with it. But it shouldn't take us long to get there at the start of next stream anyway. So, yeah. This boss is going to drain your mental state. Look, no, I don't know. I think I have some type of, like, reversification in my brain chemistry. The bosses energize me, alright? They boost my mental state. Like, honestly, like, Limbus, if we're just doing story stuff in, like, trash battles, it's hard for me to push for a 3-hour stream. I could probably do a boss battle for, like, 5 hours and still be fine. I love just getting slammed by a boss battle. I love getting bent over by the big brother palatification, just railed. But then we turn around with the harpoon and stab it through his heart. That's what I get energy from. But, as promised, we will end today's stream with a little tinple because we got that Deca extraction ticket that we're saving for Walpurgis. Because of the it was like the refund or whatever. It was our reparations. I got my reparations from Project Moon. So it is gamble time. It is gamble time, my friends. We've already gotten He Xiao Faust. Is it still worth? Have you guys been able to see this tiny little fruit fly that's been flying around my head this entire time that I've been speaking for the past hour or so? Hopefully not. That's a little embarrassing. Is it worth trying to pull from Faust, the standard, or the standard extraction? What's better? Do the Faust pull? Give this man ring song? The only reason you're pulling on Heishu Faust banner is for Faust shards. Oh, that's true. We do need the Faust shards anyway. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's true. Yeah, because we need Faust shards so that we can get up Type 4. Because how many are we at right now? Let me check my sinners. We're at 23. We need 50. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely a good idea. We need 150 thread as well. Jeez Louise. Forget everything, just do the ticket. Okay. Yeah, it seems like we're not sure if the ticket will work for Walpurgis or not. We'll just do the pull. We'll do this pull then. So we're not doing the Faust pull, which is fine. It's ticket time. I'm using the ticket. I am using the ticket now. What canto is this guy in? We're still in Canto V, Sherbu. Let's do this. Give me your power! Oh, there's one. And two. A little sad for the 10 pull. But there's always the chance of a fake out. Okay. Obviously, we start with this. What we got? Sloshy Ishmael! Oh, I do like a Sloshy Ishmael. That's a nice one. I'll take Sloshmael. I'll take Sloshmael all day. How about that, huh? No, not this. Stop it, not before the... You don't want that? What's wrong with my Sloshmael? Devin, how is your luck this bad? Wait, what's wrong with Sloshy Ishmael? Bukake Mel? Okay. Alright, well that's okay. That's why we got the 3-star to make up in case Sloshy Mel is bad. What we got? Come on. Who is this? Huh? Yisan? Painter Yisan? This is Ring Song! We got the Ring Song! Oh my god! 3-star, the Ring Pointless Student Yi Song! The streamer luck continues! Best ID in the game? Wait, how are we pulling the best ID in the game every stream? This doesn't make sense. What are we talking about? Worst ID to worst balanced ID? Wait, so are Branch Adept, Heishao Faust, and Ring Song both like two of the best ones right now? Are they two of the best IDs that you can get? That's crazy, because yeah, literally they called it. People in chat were calling it before we even pulled it. Yes, top tiers. We're collecting the Bleed Infinity Stones. It's huge! It's huge! Will you rekindle the inspiration within me anew? If not, then I can't say that I am terribly interested. Oh my god! That is huge, yo! I will take it! Ring Song is good in every team. Wait, so he's a bleed boy then? Wait, let me see this. Dude, I've been wanting to use Yi Song for so long. It's just we haven't had a good ID for him now. But we haven't had a good ID, but now we do. We do have one for him now. Holy shit. Inflict +2 count for one of the following effects. Burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, or sinking. Effect selected at random. Inflicts bleed. 20% chance to reuse coin once. 20% more chance to reuse coin for every type of negative effect on target. So yeah, he's a bleed boy, and then he inflicts extra count for a random effect. Since I called this, you're welcome for a good ID. Thank you, Ayan. So very thoughtful of you. Yo, we gotta start getting thread to uptie. I mean, we need like 300, 400 something thread now, because obviously we want to get Ring Song and Heishao Mao Branch Adept Faust to uptie 4 as well. Luckily, we already have her uptie 3, but God, yeah, we need a whole lot of shards. I mean, I think we're building up a decent amount of shards so we can exchange, but the only two that we need to hold on to right now are Yi Song and Faust then. Did you use the uptie 4 thing yet? Yeah, we used that on our Princess Rodion. Yeah, it would have been nice to hold it, but Princess Rodion was a really big pull back when we did get it, so. But yeah, I don't think we really have anything in our inventory, like any of those boxes that you can pull a certain, certain shards. I think we used those for Faust last time, so we'll have to build them up. But yeah, as for leveling up the units, I'm gonna commit to farming more Inca-Fallon modules off stream, so that we'll be able to hit those Luxcavations right off the bat for each stream, and that's going to allow us to build up Inca-Fallon to get through stages more easily, and is also going to give us some tickets to level up the units that we've been getting, right? But alright, y'all. That is where we shall be calling it for this stream. Oh man, I don't know why I'm so tired. It does feel, it feels like I'm about to pass out. I mean, I guess like I was out doing a lot today. Maybe I just need to drink some more water or something. I'm feeling a bit lightheaded. God, look at the HPH we got going on. Chronic HPH headphone hair. I haven't struggled with that in a long time. I need to fix that. Just ignore that. It's not as bad as a Tyler 1 head tint, alright? It's just a hair tint, alright? It's not ingrained actually into my brain. But okay, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for coming out, watching the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. Once I get more acclimated to this, the haircut problems persist. No, it's actually pretty good now. I've been loving the cut. Ever since we got over the Bartholomew block stage, I haven't ever really been one to put product in my hair, and I don't have it in my hair right now because obviously I take a shower whenever I get off of work before I hop on stream. You know, you throw a little pomade in there, do the little pew, 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 you know, go, and then you like, what do they call that? Like scrunch it up, mess it up, muss it. You muss your hair. It actually doesn't look that bad. Right now, you could use some work, but we don't worry about it. But yeah. All right, guys. Yeah, thank you so much to those of you that watch here on YouTube and on Twitch. I appreciate you guys, especially with just how much the streams have been kind of flip-flopping around in terms of the time frames. I've been doing my best to give you guys like a lot of time in advance to turn on notifications for the stream and also send that notification in Discord. So if you're not in the Discord right now, definitely join it. Take a look. Really cool people up in there. Also, you can sign up for stream notification in case you don't want to miss them. But yeah, as I get more acclimated to the whole getting off of work and then streaming thing, I think that we might be able to start getting back to a normal schedule of like, you know, weekdays, whenever I get off the stream, or whenever I get off of work, we hop on stream, you know. But all right, well, before we end our stream, just as we always do. Oh, also, Gust is your word of the day. Find a sentence, make one out of that, leave it in the VOD description, and find your favorite clips, post them in the clip submissions channel on the Discord. But we have to thank all of our wonderful members here on the channel. So thank you to all of our... Oh, we have so many members now that says one of many. It doesn't even give me a number anymore of how many members we have on the channel. That is so sick. I think we've got like 120 something now. Thank you to Camelot, Captain Ahab, Skyland Katso, Jay the Duelist, Punisher Lex, Libra, Muchichuro, Tokido, Limbus, Faust, Little Sharko, AA4A, Dragon Dust, Sinja, Neptunia Counseling, Unknown Observer, Dexter Tech. Oh, wait, these are subscribers. That's why there's so many. What am I talking about? I was like, these are a lot of new names. Where do these guys come from? It's 130 members. Thank you to Daniel, Ristical, Addy B, Jonathan, Lucas Dreamwalker, Sharko, Ryan Landes, Kroga, Jeff Hootie, Rad, Russian Man, Aisho Speed 69, El Nofo, Tuberao, Banana Splits, Midventures, Abeldo, Deadcon, Arsenic, Storm, Kimchi, Camelot, Joe, Laboomdoo, Town of Hello, Charon, Hydroxycarbonate, Cedric, Race Codex, Deadman Talkin', Miss L, Watermelon, Lewis Rye, Unlike Law Student, Dragon Dust, KB, Night Raven Scout, Maybe Not, You Can Call Me Juan, Mercer Scott, LCB Hori, The Bird Gamer, Primus 1, Hood Irony, Nothing, Meow Meow Meow, Noko Fan, MCK Stellar, Guy, Normal Tanny, Jenny, Japanese name, Hatsune Sasuke, Power Fixation, Jirozo, Derb, Freak God 69, Zach, Zeta Orion, I'm So Sorry, Paris from Prince Dexter, Melody, Jimsol Playing, Cayenne, Goko, Suppress VA, Aaron Moore, Chris Olin, Moritz W, The Bubster, Sayrao, AE4A, Fishy Boy, The Man, Trifox, Alatard, Chlorophyte, The King of Ravens, Hunter CPA, Monstrous Wallaby, Slay Pick, Alex, Dr. Wilson, Sai, Korean name, Mr. Inconspicuous, Victor's Awakening, Shadow Flare, Alicia, Soup the Man, Cher, Eric, Comrade, Vico, Don Quixote, Vixen, Legit Benji. Ah, go down. Legit Benji, North Mittens, Otto Rommel, What the Dude, David Kelly, Polly, Jabberwocky, Marope, Sporpachinoli, Baked Potatoes, Thavian, Shuckley, Malkuth, No Time, Sumi Yokai, Launchinator, Speb, Hong Lu, Baked Potato, Comet, Molten Knight, Gregor, Caballero, Devour, C. Baja, Tony Too Tall, Wealthy Kenny, Tony the Horse, Yash, Alexandrude, Owen, Bug, Miles, and Alphonse. I hope all of you have a wonderful rest of your morning, evening, night, afternoon, wherever the hell you guys are. And I will see you guys tomorrow for more Limbus Company.